What's up?
What's up, man?
What's happening? What's
Man,
happening?
not shit, man. We back, man. Finally again, my boy. We in season 3, bro. Scott, man, we been a long time coming, huh?
Long time coming, dog. You've been talking about it for a minute, man.
Man, look,
Proud of
season
you,
three,
dog.
season 3, episode 3. It's your boy Ford, King Ford, social media, B Ford. Know what I'm saying? To my peoples, y'all know what's up, man. But man, I got a whole bunch of my boys on here today, man. So first thing I'm gonna do is I had everybody send me an introduction of themselves, but nobody sent it. So I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself. So first off, I'm gonna go in order. We're gonna start with Scott, man. Scott, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Tell everybody who you are, what you do. You know what I'm saying? How long we knew each other, all that good shit.
Oh man. If you've known me, you know the heated rivalry I've had with brother Ford for a very long time. So that goes back to high school. So that'll give you any idea how long I've known him. My name is Scotty Robinson. Currently, I am working in the mental health field as a clinical mental health counselor. Prior to that, I bounced around and done a lot. I've coached at the middle school, the high school, the collegiate level, football. Worked in law enforcement. Did that. Had a fairly decent football career myself. All conference basketball player. You know, people leave that out when they talk about hooping. I don't really get mentioned in that category, but nonetheless, I was a part of one of the greatest classes in the history of Rowan County.
Man, don't start
the
that
class
shit.
of 2005. But you know, I'm gonna leave it there, man. Before a pleasure being here in your presence, man. Appreciate the invitation.
Hey man, you already know, bro. Hey, but I'm gonna need you to leave that 05 out, man. We done had this debate. I need you to stop that shit.
That's real. I leave it alone.
But I will second you on basketball. You was a shot blocking machine, though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'll give you
before that. I was getting 15 a night too, man. That you know.
You was a bucket. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm
gonna give you. I'll give you 15.
I'm gonna give you your props, man. Hey, CP, man, go on ahead, bro. Go on ahead with the 05 shit. But so next up, man, we got Donnie. We got Donnie Bird, man. Donnie Bird, introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know what's up.
Donnie Bird, South Carolina. I've been knowing B4 since probably 2008, 9, somewhere around there. Maybe 10.
Definitely been a minute.
So around there. We started off playing against each other, played with each other, semi-pro, played with each other, arena ball. Met Scotty the same way through semi-pro and the herd.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, like I said, I've been doing that since 2000. So I've been doing that ball for a while. I graduated from Wade Hampton down in Greenwood, South Carolina. So other than that, man, I'm just a store manager at Bojangles, boss. I make chicken for a living.
Oh yeah, okay then.
Like
make chicken and that chicken. We know what y'all making.
Yeah,
ain't fooling us.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey man, I appreciate you being on here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely good to have you on here because I look forward to hearing your insight on a lot of the things, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about today for sure. So again, man, I appreciate you. Next in line, man, we got my man Jarvis, man. Let everybody know what's up, my boy.
Jarvis Miller. I'm the assistant basketball coach at North Ryan High School. I've known B Ford damn near all my life. Growing up a true North Ryan kid from East Spencer, North Carolina. So I done known him all my life. Done known Scott all my life. That's like my big brother, literally. So this is really just a family oriented podcast for me. I just came here to, you know, show some love to my brothers and talk some shit, of course.
Nah, for sure. Hey, and you also gonna drop your insight because out of everybody that's on here right now, you are the one that currently is a coach. You know what I'm saying? So not only have you had the opportunity to play the game, but you also been having an opportunity to coach it. So you know what I'm saying? Your insight on a lot of things is gonna be good for us. It's gonna be good for the listeners. Not only that, bro, you putting good product into the community, bro. You looking out for the kids. You doing shit that people used to do for us. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of keeping the tradition going, and we definitely can appreciate that for sure.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you on here. Finally, you've been saying you're gonna get on here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You been goddamn swerving, ducking and dodging, like Scott said before you got on here, man.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then last but not least, man, I got my man Eddie, bro. My boy Eddie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What up?
Hey,
What up? What up?
Hey, look, man. So Eddie actually the only one who sent his intro. You know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So we got Eddie Shaw, owner of Golden Rule Entertainment, a God-fearing man, a father, a husband, and he's also the host of the Golden Rule podcast. And he's also a cornerback for my team that I play for currently. You know what I'm saying? Ardell Warriors. Damn good corner at that. You know what I'm saying? My man's Eddie Shaw, man. What up, bro?
What's happening? Yo? What's happening? What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Oh my God, what's up?
Another day in paradise,
Where
brother.
are you, boss?
Man.
Good,
Hey, man.
ready to get on
Again.
here, man, and impute some good conversation with you.
Oh yeah, drop the knowledge, my boy. Because like I said, man, Eddie has his own podcast. Like I said, man, I actually was a guest on his podcast just like the other day, matter of fact. So yeah, we kind of like tag team on the podcast quite often. We actually have an event, a podcast event that we're partnering together on Friday. It was supposed to anyway, so it's gonna be a good thing, man. We're gonna be out there with Perry Floyd and Amani Edwards. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be pretty straight down in Gastonia, man. Definitely gonna shoot y'all the links so everybody can tap in on that too. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, man, we here, and like I said, bro, I'm glad all y'all here. So I mean, y'all can take the time to share this if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go ahead and just really kind of like get straight to it, man, and just start chopping it up about a bunch of shit, man. We got a lot of shit on our plate today, man. A lot of shit.
Yes, sir.
So the very first thing I want to do is ask y'all how y'all feel about y'all team and the NFL moves this offseason. Let me first start off by saying I'm renouncing my throne. I'm not a fan of any team right now. So
Wait,
all the Carolina
what?
Panthers jokes can be thrown out the window. I renounce my throne. I'm not a fan. I'm just a NFL fan. Or I'm going to self-proclaim myself as a Baltimore Ravens fan. So y'all make a decision.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. The only time you hear people say like, yeah, I ain't even a fan of no team no more. I just enjoy football. You know they team is some trash.
Some dookie. Oh God. So we ain't even gonna talk about the Panthers right now because they ain't my team no more.
Yeah.
So Scott, man, what
I'm about to disown myself.
You know what? I'm gonna go to Scott last.
Man, come on.
Jarvis, who your team, bro?
And to be fair, I'm with you, bro. I don't like no teams no more, man. I grew up
a true North Carolina guy right there.
It sounds like it.
I grew up a Cowboys fan, man, and just being honest, like, what's the point anymore? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, you ain't see no winning, bro. Now them old niggas, I get it, but you ain't see no winning, bro.
Yeah, I needed something to change. So when my cousin joined the NFL, Hargrave, I just went with him, and I've been going with him ever since. So
there you go. So you a Viking now.
Yep, that's where I'm at, and I'm gonna stick with it.
Right. Well, can you at least get every Cowboys fan that I talk to? I love asking them this question: is Jerry Jones the problem, or is Dak Prescott the problem?
Both.
Which one is the bigger problem? Let me rephrase that because I heard both too.
Okay, but as far as the bigger problem, like you really have to go off of the play of Dak. Like I don't like his play, but I will say that Jerry Jones is the bigger problem because Jerry Jones is the person who makes the decisions. So at the end of the day, if you're making the decisions and you watching your team fail, like I mean, that it's on him to step up. He got all that money, all that power, and he still fails to bring in a good quarterback. Honestly, he did everything but that,
So you say Dak is not a good quarterback?
Not for the Dallas Cowboys.
I can't agree with that part though.
Yeah, Dak top 10.
I can't
every year in the league.
Numbers, I can't agree with that because
top 10 is tough.
Yeah,
top 10.
Yeah, can't win ball games. Like,
but
I mean, he can't do it by himself now.
Nah, that's true.
When you say he's top 10, what number is he?
Oh, he got to be 10.
Oh no,
I would say he's in between 5, at least right there, about 5 to 8. If we talking everything, numbers, wins. I mean, It ain't
Can
too many
I ask who you
quarterbacks.
put in front of him?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the elites in there, like Lamar Jackson, Patty Mahomes, of course,
Right.
Josh Allen. If we strictly going off of people, quarterbacks who regular season win, because Dak Prescott, what he got 4 seasons with 3 seasons with 11 wins. Ain't too many quarterbacks done that now, so he gonna get you there. Now, as far as like
What are we doing?
reaching the
we can't go off
playoff,
When we get there, right?
I mean,
we can't go off
Top 10.
big game
Top
wins.
10 is
Lamar
top
got
10 is
season.
That's
that's
still
still
hurt.
hurt.
Yeah.
listen,
Cam
all
top
these
10.
all the elite cornerbacks got top 10 defenses. Dallas defenses been
Agreed.
trash for the past 15 years. They can't stop.
Man.
Look, Dak Prescott averaging what 20 his whole career. If you look it up, he probably averaging 25 plus points a game. As a quarterback, that's amazing. But your defense giving up 30, like 28 games.
He's scoring that much a game?
Absolutely. I'm probably underdoing it.
Oh man,
He's probably not boosting you on that, like at all. Like those numbers do sound somewhat correct.
I think I'm struggling with hearing you say
I'm
they
struggling
don't
with top
have like
10.
a top defense. Like
Yeah,
the past 2 years, they've been bad.
Not only am I struggling with top 10, but I'm also struggling with the thought that an elite quarterback is only elite if he has a good defense. When we done seen,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
okay.
He's
I'm
saying
saying
that the defense is the problem.
the defense. Jerry Jones is definitely the problem. But on top of that, the way that team is constructed is Jerry Jones is a part of the way that team is constructed. So that is the problem. It's definitely not Dak. No way is it Dak. No way.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Dak isn't a good quarterback, though. What I'm saying is, he just may not be the quarterback for that team.
All right. So if not him, who?
Now that's an answer.
That's why he's the top paid.
I mean,
quarterback.
so y'all ain't had a quarterback for that team since doggone Troy Aikman.
If we go by what y'all are saying, then
You
ain't
won't
no.
say
I
that.
mean, y'all ain't had a quarterback since
Because
you exactly.
Tony Romo wasn't a quarterback for that team either. Mr. One playoff win quarterback for 10, 12 years.
Exactly.
Was he winning 10 games a season though?
Exactly. Like y'all are speaking towards my point. These guys, they all do the same thing, but they're not. When it comes to playoff time or even getting to the playoffs, they don't handle it very well. Like,
so the thing about it is, you also got to look at it. You also, besides the passing game, you gotta have something to balance that. You gotta have a running game. You gotta have a running game to show up. So in other words, your run game coordinator has to have something in the stable. Because you can't run everything all season and then think about playoff time or playoff push, you run the same exact thing. So the biggest problem is Jerry Jones and the coaches.
I can definitely agree.
I think it's Jerry, bro, because he don't let the coaches coach, bro. He want to be the coach. He want to be the owner. He want to be the GM. He want to be every damn thing. He's ass. He the problem. He the problem, bro.
He don't let the coaches
but
let's
That's
I can name 10 his homeboys.
I can name 10 quarterbacks better than that's rated in front of Dak right now.
I know you probably could. You probably could. But no, you can't name. No, I don't think you can name 10. I don't think you can name 10. You probably can name 5 or 6. But here's the thing: those quarterbacks you about to name, the organizations that they play for do a great job at constructing the team. Because, like he said, you got to have a good running back. The running back, a good running game will obviously will increase the time of the possession for the team. But more importantly, it keeps the other team off the field. Problem with Dallas is that they can't stop nobody. They haven't been able to stop nobody in years.
So can I ask y'all a question? To go against the running back situation, who is the Kansas City Chiefs running back?
Oh, you talk for
Isaiah Pacheco.
This year? This year they got Pacheco and they got buddy from
which one of them two niggas better than Dallas running backs?
Both of them.
Pacheco?
Absolutely not.
Both of them. Who was
Dallas got? Turpin. I know
was Dallas running back again before?
No, Turpin is like the third back, bro.
Turpin is a receiver. Who was Dallas running back again before?
Yeah.
Bro, I forgot his name, but I know he's nice.
It was Dowdle.
My point exactly.
Dowdle. And it's another one. No, it was another one. Dowdle and another one. Carolina Dowdle.
Dallas quarterbacks, running backs was trash this year, bro. They bought Zeke. Tell you how trash they was. They brought Zeke back to the team.
They did brought Zeke back.
Bro, he was like, bro, he got no carries, bro.
That's how trash Dallas running game was, bro.
So who was the Rams running back?
But you also got to think about it.
The Rams, Williams.
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, yeah. He top 5 in the league.
Okay, he's not.
Yeah,
he top 5.
He like that.
Okay, so the Bucks running backs better than theirs too? Yeah, they was. The Buck running back.
I would say I would say so.
Only back you gonna talk about is in Carolina.
Okay, watch the Redskins. They running back with some shits. He was shits.
No,
bro.
hold on. Austin Eckler.
You can't call.
They had Brian Thomas and Austin Eckler. Yeah, the boys.
Before,
listen, man. Every team in the playoffs got a solid running game. Like, don't get me wrong, Dallas. They used to have a solid running game back when they had Zeke. They had,
I just looked at the top 10 guys. All of their running backs are better than that.
Facts. You're gonna have a. Dak had to do everything.
Look, I got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Pat Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. All of those are rated. Those are the top 10 that I'm reading right here off NFL.
You're not gonna put Brock Purdy in front of him too?
Running game.
No, sir.
But then look, so I'll continue to number 11.
Hold on.
Brock Purdy only
wait a minute.
Oh.
Are you saying those are top? No, I'm not putting Baker Mayfield over no Dak Prescott, bro.
Those guys are rated higher than Dak right now. Do you want me to continue?
According to what? What are you reading?
I'm on NFL Red Zone, bro.
On NFL Red Zone. Okay.
Justin Herbert. Look, Justin Herbert, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young.
Got her, Brock Purdy.
Listen, bro.
I know what you're saying,
bro. That is disgusting, bro.
Listen,
Kyler Murray.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay.
And Bryce Young was benched at one point before.
And then Dak. They got Dak 19, bro.
Listen, hey, Bryce Young was benched and they got him rated higher than that.
Listen, NFL Red Zone, with all due respect, I'm not putting Baker Mayfield over Dak Prescott, bro. The one key determining factor that you're not mentioning is the pay for these quarterbacks. If Dak Prescott wasn't top 10, he wouldn't get paid as such.
Right. Like we were talking about the other day, Eddie, he's the best person for that team. Like you said, if not him, who? There is no answer for that. That's why he's paid the way he's paid. Not because he cold. That's just my opinion, though.
Listen,
because
they could have signed Baker Mayfield when he was a free agent. If Baker Mayfield was better than Dak Prescott, they would have signed him when he was a free agent.
Baker wasn't the best fit for that team, bro.
They've been.
He just wasn't the best fit, bro, in my opinion.
But once again, it go back to your homeboys. And who Jerry Jones want to keep there?
Nah, you right. Because Jerry want to be everything. He want to be the goddamn in the locker room. He want to be in the press box. He want to be in everything, bro. He's ass. Like I said,
until they get a GM, man, it's Dallas. It ain't happening for Dallas until they get a GM and he relinquish duties to that GM
it ain't gonna matter
and the
about
coach.
GM.
Yeah,
if he let the GM do his job,
get a whole new owner.
You might be right. All right, man. So who y'all got winning the MVP NBA? Okay, Jarvis, this your lane right here, Jarvis. This your lane, bro.
It's Shay. It's Shay.
Yeah, I ain't watching NBA like that.
It's Shay.
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in there to make you think on this.
It's not unanimous, but it's Shay Gilgeous this year, easy, like no question.
You say it's easy?
Yeah, easy. He should get it. The only other person you can argue for that would be Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's still, we know the NBA and we know how they work, and we know that they ain't about to give him another MVP, not this quick. So Shea will get it for sure.
You talking about they're not gonna give it to Jokic?
Yeah, they won't give it to him. Not again.
It's gonna give him too much star power, bro.
Yeah, they can't continue to give it to him. It's just, I mean, it's no different than LeBron James. Like when they stop just trying to get LeBron MVPs and stuff like that. Like that's how it goes. Once you get a certain amount, they
gonna give it to him.
Giving it to you.
I don't think they're gonna give it to him either.
They're gonna give it to SGA. He's put the numbers up. He's been consistent all year. I think he's only had one game where he hasn't had over 20 points. Like
he got like 450 balls too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He got
he averaging 32.7 right now.
Exactly.
God damn.
32 points. That's wild.
Like, come on.
Giannis averaging 32.
Yeah,
Giannis
but
can
see,
throw a rock in the lake.
but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna throw this
You don't
monkey
need
wrench in
to
there for
average
you.
30.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Eddie.
I'm gonna throw this monkey wrench in there for you. I'm gonna tell you why Jokic gonna get it. Why he gonna get it is because he averaging a triple double this season. He averaging better stats this season than he did his previous 3 seasons. He won the MVP. How you don't give it to him?
Way. I'm telling you that, like,
we should have won it last year, though, right?
The only the only reason he did
the 1 year he didn't win it because, like Jarvis said, I knew they weren't gonna give him that many in a row because that's gonna place him as greatest center ever, bro.
Nah, I mean, not necessarily. No, you got to have championships to be considered the greatest center ever.
Shit, that's a team award, bro.
Yeah, but MVPs ain't gonna determine you. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna. I mean, no matter what he do, he ain't gonna be better than Shaq ever.
Bro, so, he's gonna have an argument if they give him that many MVPs, bro.
I mean,
he's more versatile than Shaq. He's not more dominant than Shaq. But in terms of being an all-around player, Shaq motherfucking ass wasn't averaging 10 assists.
I mean, but in what way?
If he played in today's NBA, Shaq could really pass that. Not like Jokic.
Shaq could average 40 and 2 assists a game.
Yeah, and 20 rebounds. But
yeah, he'd be a black hole right now. Like,
and then, but my thing is, you said he's not more dominant than him. And what asset do you consider dominance, though? Because
Jokic
can be seen in different ways.
The reason why I make that argument, because there's no one person that you can logically assign to defend Shaq, and it's gonna happen. If that man got one person,
I agree with that. They
going with him to the rim.
There's at least one person that can defend Joker.
Agreed.
Well, ain't nobody guarding Shaq, bro. Nobody.
You don't have to double team Jokic like that. You had to double team Shaq.
Facts.
You had the double team.
I can't agree. I can't agree with that one now. That you don't have the double team Jokic. You damn near got a double team that.
Bro, you can put you can go small ball and put Giannis on him, and that shit is cooked.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. You have never seen that happen.
We've seen Jokic
because the lineups haven't really called for it though.
Because you can't do it. It's not logical to do that. Like, the reason I'm saying that, look at how LA beat them. They beat them with two interior bigs, and they was doubling down on Jokic the whole time. Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee.
But he ain't even like no paint nigga though.
Yeah, I know. He's a face up. He's a face up 5. Is what you call him. He's a face up.
So 5. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying why not just put a super athletic 4 guy, 3 or 4 on him like a Giannis.
Right. Because even if you do so, he's gonna pick you apart passing the basketball. Setting off ball screen. Like that dude, he plays.
I never paid attention to his off ball actions though.
Yeah, like he plays, he do so much, bro. You can't just that's why I was saying what is dominance to y'all, because to me, he's very dominant because he does things differently than everybody else. He not just, I gotta go get 30.
But you still got one person can guard him.
But
just because you have a great
one person just stop him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't seen one person just stop him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe stop him from scoring, but they haven't stopped him from affecting the game the way
Jarvis, I understand where you're going.
But like, what's stopping though? Like, ain't nobody's really like asking somebody to completely shut the man down. It's like slow that shit down. I'm saying when Shaq was playing, once the ball enters the paint, but there's nothing that you're doing about it.
Yeah, it was it.
I think what Jarvis is saying is what makes Jokic considered dominant is he can impact the game in way more ways than Shaq could. If we talking about physical dominance, it ain't you know what I'm saying. I get what you're saying.
Jarvis saying like just dominance as far as like the game as a whole.
His impact on the game as a whole.
Dominant in the game of basketball. Shaq,
but even with Shaq, if Shaq on the court, you playing different compared to Shaq off the court. With Joker on the court, you're not gonna play different.
But I mean, in reality,
like y'all
said though, you play what different. Else can Shaq do outside of in the paint?
Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I ain't talking about Cleveland Cavaliers Shaq. I'm talking about Orlando Magic Shaq.
That's the thing. No, that and pre and early Lakers Shaq.
See, the thing about it is, that ain't really him. Let's go LA.
No.
where
I'm
he was
talking
him.
about Orlando. Goddamn rebound,
No,
coast to
Orlando
coast,
was really
passing
him
everybody on the floor.
But
Nigga,
he
athletic.
and
didn't do.
dribbling.
He
Yeah.
wasn't Orlando
And he
Shaq.
had
He
Pat,
was
boy.
in his prime was LA.
That was his
Jesus.
prime,
What?
but I'm saying like I'm talking
No.
about like get a
Dude,
rebound,
y'all
7-1,
Yeah.
7-1,
No,
coast to coast.
his prime wasn't LA.
93, 94, 95 Shaq or Orlando
That
Shaq.
that wasn't his prime, LA.
It was different. That
That
nigga was
was
bringing
a
listen,
more. He was more
I
polished Shaq in LA. That wasn't his
I
prime.
think my other
He was a
argument.
student of the game by then.
I think
Yeah.
my other argument for Jokic, one thing that, and I love to get y'all's thoughts on this. I don't think Shaq made any of his teammates better versus Jokic. He gets everybody involved around him. Like, if you're open, this man is gonna get you the ball. If
Nah,
Shaq
Joker
has a ball in his
dog,
hand,
I ain't gonna lie.
you know what he doing. Like you already know what's gonna happen. So I think I get it. I get both sides of it, honestly.
I think it boils down to what it is that you're looking for on your team. I think they're
That
both
player.
dominant. It's just based on what it is that you need from him based on the team that's around. So as far as the most valuable player to a team, I think the Joker is more valuable to the Nuggets than Shea is to the Thunder. That's just my thoughts on it. So I'm a roll with Joker as being MVP. He's most valuable, bro. Without him, the Nuggets ain't shit. I feel like without Shea, but they still got another killer on offense over there. I mean, a killer. So
Who is
we
the
ain't
killer?
even what's his name? Williams.
fucking Jay Williams,
Yeah, he all-star. He
Post
made
player,
all-star
right?
this year. And we
he a
ain't even
fucking dog.
considering the fact that old boy been hurt the whole year.
And Chad over there, they got a whole bunch of motherfuckers on
But
that roster.
that's also why Shea is getting some of the MVP talks that he's getting though, because Chet was hurt, and with them still being a high seed in the West, that I mean,
I give you that number one seed is killer.
yeah, like I mean, we all know that plays like a really big part into the voting. Don't get me wrong. Like if it was my choice, I would take Jokic too, because like you said, if you take him off the Nuggets right now, they're sorry as hell. Like they sorry as hell. But if you take Shea off of OKC, they still make the playoffs easily for sure.
They're still making the playoffs. But don't get it
They may
twisted.
not be the number one seed, but they still make the playoffs for sure.
Don't get it twisted. You know, I'm gonna always be for the melanin. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rather see the black man get it, but I'm just keeping it. I'm calling a spade, bro. I think Joker just more valuable to his team than you know what I'm saying than he is.
I'll close. I'm my bad. I'll close out by saying this. If SGA, the Thunder, they remain and they keep that number one seed, I think he makes a clear. He makes a strong argument. But Jokic averaging that trip dub like that,
that's different.
Yeah.
Man, listen, and not to mention the Thunder are a regular season team until further notice. And I'm gonna close out on that.
Everybody's in agreement with that one. Like, I don't even think they will win. They'll win the first round, and then I think they'll get booted second round.
Yep. See, look, definitely hate to say it, but it's Joker. That's what they said. All right, so next question, real quick, y'all. We're gonna run through this one real quick. Who y'all got at the NCAA men's basketball championship? Who gonna win the chip in college hoops, man?
Man, I got them Houston boys winning it. What? I like what I'm seeing from them.
Houston.
I like what I'm seeing from them, dog.
I wasn't expecting that.
Me either.
I like what I'm seeing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Of course, I got Duke, man.
Look, we on live, and you ain't catching me saying no shit like this on live, so I ain't gonna say it. But you know who the fuck gonna win it?
Who gonna win it, Jarvis?
Who gonna win it, Jarvis?
I'm not saying it. It ain't.
That's real, bro. I feel you, Jarvis.
Hell
know, I'm right there with you, bro.
I'm good though.
I'm gonna respect the podcast. I'm gonna respect the podcast. I'm gonna answer before a question. If Duke doesn't win, it'll be
here we go.
Utter disappointment. No, I'm just saying, like, it'll be utter disappointment. If y'all don't win, y'all suck.
Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't
it's
gonna say that.
Crazy.
it's very
it's
similar
all
to
or
the
nothing.
Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish. It's the same shit. I'm
No, the
telling
fuck
y'all.
is not.
How is
That
it
team
not?
wasn't nowhere near this team. Hell no. Hell
Do
no.
complete, man. Do complete. But if
Man,
I had to vote,
this team is defenders, rebounders, shooters. Nigga, we got our identity back, bro. We shooting the piss off the route now, bro.
Okay, so if y'all don't win, then what is gonna look like?
So that means we sorry if we don't win.
Yes,
Come on, bro.
I
That's
think
one
so.
game. Come on, bro. You know how
I
that
think
shit
so.
go.
that's y'all fault. Hey, shit. Number
I
one,
think so.
want to win all them games and shit. Win the ones that matter.
That's it.
Hey, Donnie, you
That's
don't
bro.
watch college basketball?
I
You probably
do,
don't watch.
but
Oh,
not
okay.
as much. Yeah, I watch.
So who you got then, man? Oh, you don't fade it out.
That Wi-Fi bad over there.
yeah.
I like
I'm back.
Clemson.
Oh, okay. Who
Oh,
you
yeah, I
got,
can hear.
man?
Yeah, I like Carolina. They suck though.
I'm out of here. All right,
We
y'all.
ain't winning it.
All right, man. Next question, man. Hey, for everybody that's watching, everybody that's on the panel, everybody's watching, y'all can chat, y'all can tune in too, give your answer or whatever. The next question is, in y'all opinion, what sport is easier to play? And I'm talking about from a physical standpoint, from a preparation standpoint, X's and O's, everything. What sport is easier to play? Is it football or basketball? Scotty, what you think, man?
Oh, you gonna ask me first, bro?
Off the rip.
All right, hands down, no arguing, no nothing. Basketball is easier, easily.
And why?
Basketball is easier, you say?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
But why
I
though?
think obviously the argument always goes in this direction is name a football player who could be dominant in basketball and vice versa. Name a basketball player that can do football. That's where everybody goes. But if you really just break down the game itself, basketball is complex, but you can be mediocre and find a role on a basketball court. Other side of that coin, if you're on a football field and you do not belong and you are inadequate, you absolutely will be exposed. Not only you, but your entire team will be exposed. It takes one guy to make a mistake on the football field, and it's over with. Versus basketball, laps on defense, that's 2 points, right? Just 2 points. It's much harder to get 7 points on the football field than it is 2 points on the basketball field. That would be my argument.
Okay, bet. Eddie, what you got, man?
All right. So I think football is definitely harder, but there are a couple of reasons why I think football is a harder sport to play. Like, of course, everybody knows football is more physically demanding than basketball. I mean, that's without question. But I think also football for me is more mentally demanding as well because it requires more. It requires more like of mental for guys to be on one accord to make one single play successful. So of course the mental aspect of that, man, is like it's more mentally demanding. I
Hey,
think.
Ford, you corny as hell for that too.
My bad,
You
bro.
corny as hell, bro. Y'all
But
corny as hell.
but basketball, I do agree with him. It does require more skill from an individual standpoint. Like a single player like can be great at all aspects of basketball and affect like the game just by being great at scoring, rebounding, passing, defense. You know what I'm saying? And can affect, and with those range of skills, they can affect the game. Like just that one game by himself. But in football, that ain't flying. You could be great at passing, great at defense, great at blocking, great at tackling, but you can't do all that stuff at the same time.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
I got what you're saying there.
So what you think, Jarvis?
I mean,
from a playing or from a coaching standpoint? Like, just, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Which one do you feel like
I coach and train my child in both sports right now. So football is definitely, harder. Basketball is way easier. But I will say that like you said, from a skill set standpoint, you got to be very skilled to play the game of basketball. Whereas football, you don't really have to be the most skilled. You can be the most physical, and that can be your skill on the football court. I mean, on the football field, you can't really say that on the basketball court. Like, there's guys that are physical and they use their physicality to play the game, but if they don't have any skill to go along with the physicality, it doesn't take them very far. So, but I will say, like, plays in a basketball game, you don't necessarily have to run plays. I've seen it all the time, where we can just get up and down and just play. Football, you can't do that. You got to run a play. Everybody has to know what the play is. Everybody has to do their assignment on the play for you guys to move the ball downfield. So for sure, I'll say that basketball is a lot easier and football is a lot harder. And like you said, it takes mental and physical to the extreme. So yeah.
Jarvis, I ain't never heard nobody break that down like that, but that was good.
Hell yeah, real good. Hey Donnie, what you got, man? What you think? Which one you think harder to play?
To me, the hardest is football. I mean,
Okay.
everybody made valid points of why it's the hardest. It's like you say, the wear and tear of your body, for one. For two, the preparation of a football player. A football player prepares for one season, 4 months, year round. Basketball, you can take your first 2 months before the season start and get ready. Then you got to think the demanding toll on your body, because you're already wearing equipment. Then a lot of teams practice outdoors, so now you're in different kind of weather. You have hot weather, you have cold weather, you got rainy weather. Basketball is one set temperature inside the arena. So
not all the time. Not all the time. I will say
unless you play it out.
Not in Norfolk Land gym.
Fucking Salisbury with no AC.
You know what I'm saying? I knew y'all was gonna say that.
Damn. Hottest gym I ever played in my damn life.
Hey Bird, I'm gonna tell you the real issue. It ain't even the air conditioning, bro. You ever been to a gym that ain't got no cell phone service?
Oh, here you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what you need cell phone service for? You watching the basketball?
Imagine, you know what I'm saying?
These niggas have no AC, bro.
Score.
They sweat you up out of the gym, bro. I came to that gym, man, my first time in high school.
One of the best air conditioning systems in the county.
Niggas ain't had no AC when I played.
Yeah, niggas played that a couple weeks ago. It was hot as hell, Scotty. Come on now.
Jarvis,
so y'all ain't getting it on. That's what it is.
You know hot because of the air conditioner, Jarvis. The air conditioner.
Oh my god.
Hotter than the motherfucker.
It didn't have shit to do with our air conditioner.
Hey, but look, but my opinion, I think basketball is it's easier to play up to a certain level. I feel like. I think football still is more difficult for somebody who's even somebody who's full-time football player. I think that the gap is a whole lot bigger before college, though. I think the gap gets a little bit smaller with basketball closing the gap a little bit once you get to college and up. Because like Jarvis said, I ain't even really speaking, and I'm not speaking on the physicality part of it, because that gap gonna forever be large to the motherfucker. I ain't talking about that. But as far as the X's and O's part of it, the being able to, you know what I'm saying, adjust on the fly. Like for him, it's coaching. It's gonna be harder for him to coach because he's coaching on the fly. Football, after the play is over, you get to see what they did, see what's going on, and then you got at least, you know what I'm saying, them 20-something seconds to call the play that you're going to call to go to the next one. And basketball is just constantly going. The only time you're going to get a break is a dead ball or a timeout or a halftime.
I'll speak on that real quick. Like coaching-wise, like basketball, the biggest issue is knowing when to adjust and not adjusting too early. Because sometimes you'll see these guys, and let's say they run in a 2-3 zone, and you picking it apart, but they may switch their defense, and that may hurt you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So you technically you have to be ready to adjust prematurely. Like you're thinking about 5 minutes down the road while this play going on the floor. So that's something that, I've kind of grown into as a coach, like, especially as an assistant. That's been one of my biggest, things to, help on the sideline is, well, hey, let's go ahead and look for the next adjustment. And I know, like you said, in football, you have a little bit more time to kind of, think these things through. See what they're doing, adjust. Hell, you even have a play clock to where you can adjust what's going on right there in front of the play in front of you. So
I think that's a valid argument until you consider a team that's running 2-minute offense or hurry offense.
Right.
Agreed.
Ain't
How many times do that? How many times do that the whole time though?
I ain't gonna lie.
But
it's some teams that will.
It's some teams that do.
But we got to consider the in-game adjustments, the constant in-game adjustments during the football game too. Especially if you got a quarterback that makes, those quick changes on the fly before, right when you get to the line or something like that.
Sure.
And we talking about, obviously on the higher level when you get to, college or arena or above. Speaking on what I played, I mean, you got a quarterback that's constantly changing the plays at the line. The defense has to make on-the-fly adjustments. Sometimes you can't hear the plays coming from the sideline, so you got to have your linebacker. And as far as I'm concerned, you got to have a safety that can, make those adjustments in game. That takes a mental, that mentally can be seen as equal to basketball adjustments.
Yeah, for sure.
When you get to camp, they hand you a Bible with your playbook.
Yeah,
you don't get that in basketball. I played college football and basketball. I done seen both sides.
That's them being difficult.
Man, listen.
You said that's them being difficult?
The coach they give out the Bible from playbook, that's them being difficult. They make them want to feel special because no long drawn out play calls that takes 15 seconds to call is not called for.
I mean,
football is a simple exposed game with chess.
Yeah, you right. Bro, when I got to Catawba, though, it's pro style, though. So, bro, when they gave us up, man, look, you got like 50 plays. Then you got like
how many formations did you think y'all had before? Let's run it down. Because Brett said it's simple. Like, I need to know what playbook y'all, you know what I'm saying? How many formations did you have?
Look, we had the rabbit joint, that's the 4 wide. Or we had the 3 receivers in the one tight. We had the 2 tights and the 2 receivers. Bro, we had the goal line joint.
4.
Bro, we got the twins with the one on that side. Twins with the one on that side and the 2 backs. Bro. And then every play is like 50 plays. Then it's like 25 audibles for every play.
Yeah.
Then you got like 10 bluff calls that ain't really a call. We just saying that shit, but we really still run the same play.
So you might have had 10 different formations at any point of the season.
We might have had 8 to 10 formations, and you got like 25 plays per formation, and you got another 10 to 15 audibles per play, bro.
Plus the counters.
That shit is crazy.
Now here's Jarvis. I'm gonna ask you this question, and I may be wrong, but to my knowledge, it's only 4 or 5 different things that a team can do to you if you in a half court offensive set. If you get zone, you get 3-2, 2-3-1, 3-1. You might get a man and a shell, a rotating man defense, where you just collapsing and trapping in the corners. Am I missing something?
Yeah, you are. Because you're missing the unorthodox defenses. Like a 2-1-2 or a 2-3 with different adjustments that you can make.
He might be
to those defenses. The same defenses that you're talking about, you make adjustments to them and you change them.
Well, so what's an adjustment from a 2-3 zone?
Swinging.
Slots.
Hold on, I can't.
No. I'm not saying like on the offensive side. I'm saying like defense. If you in the 2-3, you in the 2-3.
Nah, you can rotate 2-3 to 1-3-1 to 1-1-2. Like you can rotate.
All right, but I already
3-2.
counted those defenses though.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying? So it's
it ain't like
really
you
on the
said.
dot.
To me, I ain't really seen, but it ain't 20 different things. It ain't 20 different defenses that can be ran. That's a fact. But it's at least 20
Yeah.
defenses. It's more than 20 defenses that can be ran in football. So at the end of the day, I really
100%.
think that football is just a lot more difficult, bro. From a X's and O's and a preparation standpoint, but physically, yeah, obviously you can be 6'3" and be a dog in football, but shit, you can't be 6'3". It's way harder to be a dog or a killer on the court at 6'3". So I mean, I think basketball easier to
Depends on what
play.
you're playing. It depends on what you're playing in football at that height.
I'm talking about you can be a killer at 6'3" in football at many positions. You can't be a killer at nothing but scoring in basketball. That's it. If you, on the high level though, high level. If you 6'3",
You can't tell
you
that the
only
Charles
6'3". If you only 6'3", high level basketball, it's way harder to be a killer there than it is to be a killer on the
Well,
football.
yeah, you're right. Generally speaking, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
Generally
way harder
speaking,
because
you got some anomalies, but yeah, generally speaking.
shit, what are you gonna play for real? Let's keep it a buck, nigga. If you ain't got no handles, you going into what, to the 3, and then you gonna be going who 6'6"s, 6'7"s. You getting cooked, bro. You too little. It's no way around it, bro. You just too small, bro. So like that's why I just kind of feel like, bro. Know what I mean, it's kind of inevitable, bro.
Oscar Robertson is 6'3".
Bro, he played when nothing but mailmen and plumbers were playing, bro.
I mean, look, you got
Russell Westbrook.
You got Charles Barkley. He was 6'4". He played. I mean, Hall of Famer. He was guarding niggas that was 6, 7, 8 inches taller than him.
And that was then. Charles
Russell
Barkley
Westbrook averaged a triple-double.
Get his ass out there now is 6'4", and he ain't a guard. He getting his ass thrashed all over the court. And that's
Draymond, he Hall of Famer.
Draymond ain't 6'4" either.
Yeah, Draymond about 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, but he playing against niggas 6, 7, 8, 10, 9 inches taller.
And he got handle too. He can dribble and he can distribute. If he was just a big man that ain't had no handles and no jumper, and he had to just stay in the paint and guard 6'9" and 6'10" all night, he wouldn't be in the league.
He's a defensive player of the year. What we talking?
Bro, but he can distribute. He has a role. He has a place on the offensive end, bro.
And you've got to understand his role on the defensive end. He's not your on ball defender that's just guarding everybody. What he is, he's a help side defender who's really good at his job. So it's not about you being 7 foot anymore when you're a help side defender. As a coach, if you're in the right position at the right time and you communicating, as a help side defender, your job is done. And that's why Jimmy Butler is doing such an awesome job with Golden State right now. It's the same thing. It's not about the height. It's about being there and being in position. And those guys play defense the right way.
Facts. So
look, we got to move on.
So yeah, for sure, man. So look, everybody in here right now currently is a parent, if I'm not mistaken. I know Jarvis. I know you're a parent. You're a father. I know Scott. I know you are Eddie. You know I done seen your kids plenty of time. And Donnie, I know Donnie, you got older kids too. So I guess I want to ask y'all, because now we're getting into like the real conversations. Like I want to ask y'all from your standpoint, first of all, what makes being a father like difficult for you? What's one of the most challenging things for you as a parent, and what's one thing that's rather easy for you as a parent? So one difficult thing and one thing that makes it easy.
What order?
You can pick. You can go first. Go with the one that's the easiest thing to do. And
no, I was saying who you wanted to respond.
Yeah,
you can go first, Scott. Go ahead, Scott.
In terms of what's easy, honestly, man, the easy thing is showing up. Right, that's the easiest thing that you can do, and honestly, I think that's the most important thing that you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, my kids, they don't. I've seen this. My kids don't care how I come in. My kids don't care if I've had a long day. My kids don't care if I'm stressed out. My kids don't care if the world has told me all day that I ain't shit. When I walk in the house, my kids see their daddy. And I don't have to change anything or put on any type of front, you know what I mean, when I get around my kids. Like I'm daddy whether I'm at my best or I'm at my worst. So I think that's the easy part. In terms of being difficult, you know, my story is unfortunately is one that's very common in our community. And the reason why I say it's unfortunate is I didn't have the opportunity to watch my dad, to learn what a good dad was from him. Um, I was very lucky and fortunate that at different stages in my life, you know, God provided men that stepped up to play that role in the absence of my own father. But you know, carrying my experiences from that and not projecting that in my relationship with my kids, I think it's difficult because I almost go too far. I want to be too much of a parent. You know what I mean? I want to guide them and even the smallest of mistakes.
Mhm.
I'm jumping to it because I know what it's like not to have somebody to hold me accountable. So I think that's the difficult part, is just knowing how to have that balance in, you know, understanding my kids are gonna make mistakes the same way that I did. I'm just hell bent that I don't want them to have the same or similar experiences, because from a statistical standpoint, I was one of the very few that did not have my father around, and I was able to navigate life. And it's only more difficult now. So, yeah, I think that's what I would go with.
That's real though. That's real talk. I ain't even gonna hold you. Jarvis, what about you?
Um, like Scott kind of said, the easiest thing is just being there, like stepping up, doing what I'm supposed to do, and knowing that I'm supposed to do it. Like he said, every single day, no matter what the day unfolds, no matter if I win a game, lose a game, no matter if the day was bad. Once I step into that house, is you're my father, and that's just easy for me because I mean they make it easy. Honestly, I have some of the best kids in the world that have just understood, you know, me as a father. Because I mean I didn't speak on this earlier, but I mean I know some of you do know. I do have scoliosis, which is a form of disability. So my children make my life easier. And I'll be totally honest about that. The difficult part, I'd say, is teaching my children, my two young black boys, that the world don't love them.
Mm.
And that's just being totally honest. And I've had to learn this myself, you know, as a man, that the world don't love me. As much as I want to show and give the world all this love and all this peace and all this, it ain't gonna always be that way. Um, Like I always want everybody to be cool and be friends and everybody to, you know, but the world don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I have to teach my children that, yeah, you're a good, kind-hearted person. And yeah, you may be doing this for the right reasons, but that doesn't mean that the next man is, you know? And right now, because they're so young, they're 4, they're 8, they don't really understand that. So some things happen sometimes with them, and they have to realize that, hey man, everybody's not raised like me, everybody's not in the church like me, you know. So some of the things that they're doing at such a young age, they get picked on, and you know, things like that, because you know they do go to church every Sunday, you know. They are doing these things, and some of these other kids, they don't even understand, you know, what they're doing at such a young age. But I would say that's probably the most difficult. Just saying that, hey man, everybody in this world ain't your friend. Everybody don't love you.
Okay, word, word. All right, so Eddie, what you got?
Yeah, man. I think the most difficult thing is you know, failing. You know, that fear of failing as a father. And what I mean by that is, you know, you do your best. You know, you do your best every day to teach your kids how to navigate through this world, as crazy as this world is, and it's only getting crazier by the second, right? But the fear of failing is like you want to teach them everything they can to become successful men and women in this world. The difficult thing is knowing that at some point, man, they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to make decisions on their own based on the tutelage that you've given them. So the fear is that you want to make sure that you give them all the instructions they need to navigate through this life. You don't want to fail at that. So I think that's the most difficult part for me. I'm similar to, my dad set a solid foundation, but then, kind of left my life for a little bit there at some very pivotal points. But like AAU and playing sports throughout life, I had mentors that kind of filled that void. And I had a great stepfather too, that helped me navigate through this thing called life. And I had kids late. So transitioning to what makes it easy, man, just being at this point in life, the easiest thing is, man, just the love that you have for your kids, man, whether they, your biological or your step kids, just the love you got for them, man, allows you to just drop everything for them, man. Like, you're going to do everything you can to make sure them kids got everything they need, especially my boy. I got all boys, and I'm about to have another one too. So like, as black men, man, it ain't nothing more special. Like Scotty then coming in the house, man, and these kids, they put their arms up and they looking at you like, yeah, I need my time. That's the greatest feeling in the world to me when I come home and I see my kids, man, and see the wife and see my boys. Greatest feeling in the world, man. Nothing can beat that feeling right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, Donnie. What's one easy thing for you as a father, and what's one thing that's challenging, or the one thing that you would say is difficult being a father?
The most easiest thing is, in a way, is knowing how to provide, because that comes natural. So that's never been a problem. Is to know what I need to do to provide for my kids and my family. That mean I gotta work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5. I got to do it. Because I know that's what needs to be done.
It don't matter.
I know my kids actually be here. So it becomes my job to make sure they're taken care of no matter what. The most difficult thing that I see that I have been through is never knowing if I'm going to be here the next day and they're not set up for success when I'm gone.
That's real.
That's the most difficult. No matter what we do, we never know if the next minute is guaranteed for us. So me not knowing if my kids are set up if I don't make it back home tonight, that's difficult to think about. And to be honest with you, we'll never know if our family's set up. You know what I mean? Just because life has all kind of twists and turns that take you through. So then we can do is try our best to get them situated to where we know they might be comfortable enough to survive a little while we're not here. I mean, that comes from me. I got all girls. I had one son. That comes from me bearing a child. That also comes from me having watched my daughter and son-in-law go through the same thing and bear their child. So it's the not knowing. And I always say I would never want my child. I would never want to bury my kids.
For sure.
But it's never, you never know. You never know what life has for you. So that's the hardest thing is want to have them prepared, but you never know. You would never know, and they would never be prepared when you leave, especially as a black father. because so many kids out here without black fathers in their lives, boys
That's
and
real.
girls. So the boys don't know how to act like men. The girls don't know what a true man look like because they never seen one. So they just go with anything. And so,
I ain't even really heard
like I
anybody
said,
break it down like that. That's real.
That's
right?
real shit right there.
I got 3 girls, I got 1 granddaughter, and I got 3 grandsons. So I want my daughters and my granddaughters to know what a true man look like and what they would do to make sure they're okay. And I want my grandson and son-in-law to know what a true man is, so they know what to do and how to treat another woman. So, like I say, man, this uncertainty of this world, this day and age, is just that's the hard part right there. Is the unknown, what lies before you.
For sure. So for me, I think the easiest part is like I said, I think being there, bro. And I think the biggest part of that is not understanding how somebody can just not be there. For example, I grew up, my dad was never there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I guess I could never wrap my mind around like damn, bro, like it don't really take no effort just to like show up. Feel me? Just be there, nigga. Like go shoot some hoops or something, nigga. Like something. So I think the easiest part is just being there, being present. Even if you aren't doing anything, just being present. So as long as you know in your mind that at least the memory that your kids gonna have when they grow up, they're gonna at least have the memory that you were there all the time. Cause like the last thing you want to do is like y'all be like me and Scotty, and we can only remember the few times that I was around my pops, nigga. I remember them times like they happened yesterday because it was very far in between. Like so, like at least if any of y'all was around your pops all the time, you can't remember one time because you have several memories in your mind. I don't have those. You know what I'm saying? So just being there is the easy part. Now, what's most difficult for me is patience, bro. It's got to be the patience. I have quite a few that makes parenting difficult for me, but I'm a roll with patience. And the reason why I'm a roll with patience is because, like, bro, sometimes when my plate gets so full, my fuse is so short. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that. I hate that for me because when my plate get full like that, but my fuse, bro, is so short, and I just don't have no patience at all for like anything that I would consider bullshit. I just don't have no patience for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good, but it's uncontrollable at times. I'm gonna give y'all an example. Today I had a long ass day at work, bro. I'm talking about I was working from when I walked in there till I walked out of there, nonstop, right? I finally get home, and I'm talking about as soon as my toe graced the frame of the door, here come my daughter on the screaming, like crying, bro. Like not just crying, like, okay, you crying, all right, okay, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? Saying nothing, bro. Just following me around, just yelling, bro. Falling out and shit, just all this other shit. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong? She's not saying that. I'm like, yo. I said, look, if you can't tell me what's wrong, you got to get the hell out of my room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I just got here, bro. Like, ain't no way. I just got home and this is what I'm dealing with. Like, and I'm just like, and she just wouldn't stop, bro. She wouldn't get out. I'm like, bro. So I go in the bathroom. I still hear she's like basically sitting on the floor outside the bathroom door, bro.
Standing right at the door. Yep.
Like, I'm just like, bro. So then it's like I just kind of like went off, bro. Like, man, what the fuck? Like, bro, you gotta get out. Like, god damn, like I just got here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm hearing y'all tell these stories about you getting greeted, bro. I ain't getting greeted, bro. I'm getting greeted with cries and shit, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I mean,
so I'm like,
I ain't gonna flex to you like every day is just, oh yeah, dad's home. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Nah, it ain't that, bro.
Hell nah, it ain't that.
I
bro.
come on some days and I get that too, and I'm getting it from a boy. Like, so in my opinion, like, and it took me a while to get used to this too. But like, I didn't like my little boy crying. I'm like, bro, what are you crying for? Like, you always crying. Like, you act
Know what
like
you
a little
mean?
girl.
Know what you mean? Yeah.
And like,
Bro,
eventually, like, I had to realize, like, bro, he still got to show his emotions too, bro. Just because he a boy don't mean that he can't express himself and express his emotions. Yes, it's certain things in certain ways that I have to show him. Hey, bro, yeah, you can cry, but we not gonna cry in front of like I cry too, but we ain't gonna cry in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna
bro, that's the thing
show
though.
our emotions.
I ain't even
So
tripping off. I ain't tripping off the emotions, bro. You can have all of those, bro. Just have them in the next room for the give me 10. Give me 10. You know what I'm saying? Go have the
Hey,
emotions right next door. Give me my 10,
they
bro. I
don't
just got this, bro.
they don't understand that though, bro, because
Man,
they
listen,
want you
listen, bro.
to feel every
Right.
bit of emotion they got.
All of y'all, minus Donnie, all y'all got young kids, bro. So I've been there, bro. Y'all gotta remember, I did that. I did that
Yeah.
times 3 already. Nigga, now I'm on number 4, like, bro. My other kids, bro, they ain't doing all this crying and shit. Now
Yeah,
add the
yeah.
crying. Now add the fact that one of the older ones made her cry, and the fact that I texted my group chat this morning when I was going to work and said, "Yo, the trash can by the edge of the street. Y'all need to move that shit. Pick the trash up." I get back. I get home. The trash can still in the same goddamn spot.
Yeah.
Trash still piled up. I'm like, bro. I said, y'all don't see my. I said, I walked in, so I hear her crying, and then right when I hear her crying, I said, hold on, pause. Hey, y'all don't see my group chat text? No, what group chat text? Bro, don't piss me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to. So, so my patience is so ass, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. And then, like, I was so mad, bro. And then my wife on my ass because I'm mad, and I'm just like, bro, god damn. So like I felt bad like afterwards, like damn, bro. So like obviously I apologize to my daughter, but I'm just saying, bro, like I'm like
This speaker
my
could
patience
take off
is
the fucking
dumpster,
thing.
nigga.
The sound.
Dumpster.
hey,
Yeah,
I
I'm
ain't
I'm
gonna
a
lie.
Hey man,
I'm
that
a
just gonna
challenge
come in
y'all.
time, bro.
I'm gonna challenge y'all two things. And I need y'all to understand before I say anything, this is from failed experiences, right? I think failures are the greatest teachers.
100%.
So, with that being said, one thing that I had to learn because before when I tell you I'm right there with you with the patience, I have my oldest son is he don't really show emotion. Only thing you get out of him is anger. Like that's the only thing that you're gonna see. When he's mad, you're gonna see it in everything that he does. My youngest son, he feels everything. Every emotion there is, he feels it and he expresses it. So I'm like, y'all, I'm like, dude, what fuck you got going on today? This is what I'm thinking. And somebody said something to me. I can't remember who it was. Honestly, it might have been Coach Manil for real. He said, before you get mad at them, make sure you've taken the time to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Later on in life, and once I got into therapy, I learned that term is emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional intelligence is not something that is genetic. It's not something that is passed down. It's something that has to be taught. But in order to teach it, you have to first learn. So with that being said, the challenge that I would give to y'all is when things are good, right? When you come in the house and your kids are everybody's calm. And before that, I learned something about your house not too long ago that hopefully just told you. I thought this was the greatest shit ever when she told me. So y'all have like family meetings. Y'all sit down and y'all talk. I think that's amazing. And I think it's something that should be practiced in every household. Something that I want to implement when my kids get old enough to understand what it's about. But I say that to say, those are the times you got to teach your kids what emotional intelligence look like. You got to help them understand how to express certain emotions because as men, we all know the only thing that's appropriate for us is anger. When we give that angry response, everybody know what that means. I get the reaction that I'm looking for with that. But if I say you hurt my feelings, Now it's something totally different. So, and it's totally different from the way I was brought up as well. So now I'm very intentional about with my youngest son. Like, hey, I know you clearly something is going on. I want to understand. I'm not judging you. I just need you to tell me what's going on so we can work through it. We go through breathing exercises. I'm teaching them tapping, which is another technique for coping. Like it's so many different ways really to get a different response from your kid and allows you to, you know what I'm saying, understand how to handle it. But this just shit, man, we ain't taught. We're literally not taught this. We have no concept of this. So I would challenge y'all in your own way, man, to really learn what emotional intelligence is so you can pass that down to your kid. That's just as important as any other thing that you can teach a young man about being an adult. Because when we don't know how to express other emotions, that's why we get all of this violence and shit that's going on. That's why these kids out here act like they ain't got no sense. They don't know how to express themselves. The only thing that's appropriate is anger.
Facts.
Bruh, I literally asked my daughter like 10 times, like what's wrong? Bruh, she just would not answer, bruh. Was just screaming, bro. Like, golly, what the hell is going on?
But to be honest, that may not like communication may not be an easy thing for her.
Not yet, at least.
Tell her what you see. That's something that is worth for me. Like if I see my son is breathing heavy, right? I'm not gonna go over and say, man, what's wrong with you? Because that comes off as intimidating. What I'm saying is, son, I see you breathing fast. I see your chest poked out. I see you got tears in your eyes. I see something's going on. I want to help. I'm going there before it's, man, what the hell you got going on now? Because when you do that, it's almost making them feel some sort
like
of
an
guilt.
attack.
Yeah, it's like
an attack.
damn, I did something wrong. You know what I mean?
Bro, I get what y'all saying, bro, but I promise you,
I know
bro,
it's easier said than done.
With my daughter, bro, I be chilling at first, bro, until it just, cause she
strikes a nerve.
I mean, she's the worst one. So I ain't gonna hold you. Like out of all the kids,
hey Jarvis, this is the thing though. Before made her that way. That little girl worships, bro. She worships the ground her daddy walks on. Yeah.
Listen,
but if she was giving him the cold shoulder, he wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah,
bro. She does that every other day, bro.
You did
this. I'm telling you,
you did
bro,
this.
Listen,
you got it spoiled.
But my boys, bro, they just. I think wait till y'all get there though. Donnie been there, but wait till y'all get there, bro. When they get older, bro, you don't really be like. Well, Scotty, I know you don't know, cause bro, ain't nobody tell us.
Mm-hmm.
But a coach probably, if that, bro, they get into this age, bro, with certain conversations they need to start be having, bro, and I don't really know how to have them conversations yet. So I'm like, and then just like, oh, you need to talk to your boys about this, and you need to talk to them about that. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, shit, everybody talk to me. I don't know what the fuck to say. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just you know what I mean?
That conversation was very difficult for me because even though like both my
oh man,
you know, kicked out.
He gotta stop trying to connect to that North.
Bro, I'll tell you this, man. I got a 12. So we got a 12-year-old. Oh, go ahead, my fault. Go ahead, brother.
No. Go ahead. Finish your point. I was it brought me back in late.
So me and the wife, we start. So we got a 12-year-old. We started over. We got a 3-year-old. So my 12-year-old, he used to be, before I learned how to help him communicate through certain things. You're right, dog. If he was pissed, you knew it, bro. Mm-hmm. If something was going on with him, you gotta damn near lock him in the room and you and him and stare at him for 2 hours to get him to express his emotions. So I learned certain social keys with him, right? So like if you standing up, he don't really respond well to that. Mm-hmm. Because like you say, that's intimidating him. So what I had to learn how to do with CJ is I had to get to his level or even below him, lower than him actually. You know what I'm saying? They let him know, hey, it's okay. Let the defense mechanism down. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on so I can help you through it. So that's what I've learned how to do with him is I've learned how to, and I'm talking about when I'm trying to figure out what's going on with him. I've learned how to kneel down in his bed, right? So maybe he's sitting down or laying on his bed. He's going through something, and I'll kneel down, kind of get to his level or below him to let him know, hey man, look, I need you to open up. What's going on? Like if he got in trouble at school or something like that. Before I go in and fire off on him, I kneel down and be like, hey man, I want to hear your side of the story, because I know it's two sides to every story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then, you know, at first he's timid, he ain't let me know, he ain't saying nothing. And then when I be like, look, man, you got to let me know, because I don't want you to get in trouble for something that you wasn't doing, right? I need you to tell me what's going on. I already know what happened, but I'm just trying to develop some type of character to where he will tell me what happened, so that I can develop that. You know, I want him to tell me the truth. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And man, it's the kid is coming around, man. And to your point with that EQ, that emotional intelligence, bro. Like once you build that character where these kids actually trust in you, and they decide to open up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because CJ wouldn't cry at all. You ain't getting no tears from CJ at first, but now, man, like I told him, dude, it's cool to cry. I cry in front of my wife, because they know what kind of man I am.
Exactly.
But I don't want these kids to thinking like Scotty, you hit the nail in the head, bro. That all men, black men specifically, do is come in and we yelling and we violent. Nah, man. Nah, we emotional creatures too, man. And more black
Bro,
people need to be
it's
careful.
crazy that you say that, bro, because I was raised, bro. The way I was raised is very, very similar. Just listening to Scotty, bro, the way I was raised was very, very similar, bro. So it's like, bro, it's like that emotion. I know you said like you would cry in front of your wife type shit. Like, bro, even if I'm like at the lowest of the low, bro, not a single tear was shed, bro. And it's just because of how it was built, bro. And I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I hate it because, bro, I was just built like that, bro. And I had to be built like that, bro. That's the only way I could have made it out of where the fuck I was at. You know what I'm saying? And that shit sucks though. So I don't raise my kids that way. But like, bro, I just ain't cut like that, bro. Like, even if I want, like, the only way that any emotion will happen for me at all is if I'm in the comfort of myself. There's like nobody around me. That's it, bro. Like, other than that, like, it won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't because some people, like, I feel like some people force it and not be, you know what I'm saying, be emotional or anything like that. I'm all for the emotional side of it. Like Scott said, bro, like, yeah, we was raised to only express anger, but I teach completely different than that with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I teach them to be a certain way. No, I don't always do what I'm teaching them to do, because that ain't how I'm cut. I'm teaching y'all the right way to do it. Don't do what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I tell them. Don't do what I do, bro. This is the way you supposed to do it. Don't do what I do. Cause like I can bring back to today when I came in, when I said, yo, did you see my text? He like, what text? I'm like, bro. So then he like, I tell him, then they got the dog like in the hallway. I'm like, bro, like, it's just a lot of shit, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, then that's how I just respect. Like, bro, what the fuck y'all niggas doing, bro? I ain't doing shit, bro. Y'all just in here, bro. Nigga, you just, you know what I'm saying? We just paying for you niggas to just be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, and that's how I express, like, bro, I was blanked on their ass. Like, I blanked on everybody when I got in this motherfucker. Like, and it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not okay. But like I said, it's like, it's super hard to like reprogram everything that molded you. Not and the goal, as Scotty said, yeah, he's learned a lot through what he's studying and through reading and through understanding and shit like that. But he wasn't cut like that at all. You know what I'm saying? So it is a learning process.
It still comes all in
you know
time.
What I'm saying? Huh?
I said it still comes in time. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I
I
mean?
need time, bro.
Before,
I need all the time.
how old are
Bro,
you?
I argue that like it's not. I don't think that's, like I said earlier, but that's not something that's passed down. Like, this is something that you have to be intentional.
You have to learn
about it.
Yeah.
Like, well, before's point though, if you don't have somebody to lean on to learn it, you won't get that.
Nope.
That's something that, or if you get it, it's too late, right? By that time, your kids are grown. Now you sit back. I tell you when men figure it out. Tell you when men figured out.
When it's too damn late.
You figured out when your kids stop fucking with you. And I hate to say it, like you're like, man, why my kids don't come around? Like they grown, they don't want to be around me. Like what's going on? We see this all the time. And then you sit down and you have a conversation with your kids and you ask them like, hey, yo, why y'all don't come around? Why y'all don't bring my grandkids around? Because I don't want you to treat my grandkids, my kids, your grandkids, how you treated me. You see, so we learned it, yeah, but shit, we can't do nothing about it then.
I mean, but shit, though, Scott, you still at the same time were always a good parent, bro. You just had very limited patience and you had very limited understanding on the emotional side. Like with my kids, like yeah, I'm stern, but like I'm still there for them. I still have them conversations. Like when they gotta talk about something, I still go to the gym with them. I still watch film with them. I still teach them all type of shit. Like,
it's a difference, though.
But it's
they
like
they respect that though, because you're there. So when you do hold them accountable, and when you do, you may have a day that your patience ain't where it's supposed to be, because you did what you're supposed to do before that. Sometimes they're more understanding of that. And I'm speaking from, like I said, I was taking care of my two god kids who are 15 and 18, and that was something that I had to come across, is that they'll realize that, hey, today wasn't a good day for you, but I know that all week that you've came in and you've listened to what I said, so and you've been more patient with me this week, so I'm gonna hear you out when you are upset. But that that's something that you gotta work with your kids, because it does take time. It's not just something that they're gonna say, oh, okay, dad impatient today, like we gonna deal with it.
I think the biggest thing is, even though I had them days, the biggest thing is I gotta make sure that I keep that balance. You know what I'm saying? Because this is today's Wednesday. Today's the first day where they got to me, like, you know what I'm saying? I was good. You know what I'm saying? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like Wednesday just a bad day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday just was a bad day. I've been got my head kicked at work like 2 days in a row. So like I guess I was up to here with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, still like no, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, no excuses or whatever. But yeah, bro, like that shit get real, bro. And then you gotta factor in trying to be that good parent, then you trying to be a good spouse, you trying to be a good friend, you trying to be a good every damn thing, bro. And it's like, at what point do you get a pass for today? You know what I'm saying? Today is just one of them days, bro. When you gonna get your pass, bro? When you've been holding all these hats, you feel me?
Before I wanna go back. I want to go back to something you said that I think is very important. You talked about I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna do that, right? Like, not necessarily saying it's bare minimum, right? But you gonna do certain things without question. And I want you to think about this. You talked about you took your trash can out to the street today. Do you know who picks up your trash?
Yeah.
You ever thank the trash man?
All the time.
Okay, so you different. I don't know who picked mine up. Most people don't know.
I know this is the same dude every time, and I know he don't want to get out. So I tell them to make sure y'all stack it right, so he can just grab it, dump it, and he can keep it pushing.
All right, so you go where you get your oil change. You change your oil. Let me give you the point. There are certain things that we expect that just have to take place. I think as fathers, we should not be rewarded for showing up, because that's something that that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So I bring that up, and I also, you said like, man, even when we make mistakes, like we still good parents. I'm gonna tell you what I had to do. I had to literally look myself in the mirror, because I try to stay out of gray areas, because gray areas is too much left for people to put their own meaning behind. Too much room for error, bro. Yeah. So the way I am right now is black or white. Either I'm a good parent or I'm a bad parent. So I literally had to sit down and challenge myself that I was not a good parent. I wasn't a good parent when I came in the house and I let what I had going on outside of my four walls impact how I showed up for my kids. Because regardless of work, regardless of everything else that's going on, my kids deserve my best. Because that best is to your point earlier, my best is what's going to be those memories. And I'm either going to create ones that they're going to remember for good or they're going to remember for bad. And on the flip side of that, here's the other part. Just because I'm daddy, you know, my kids, they going to have a good or a bad day too. And my expectation for them is when I come in, I don't give a fuck what you had going on. When you come in here, you're going to straighten up. Because I didn't do nothing to impact you having a bad day. So I think if we're trying to teach our kids and we want to set that standard for them and we want them to always show up the right way, if that's something that we're, you know what I'm saying, impressing on them, they only going to learn it from us. You know, you mentioned it a couple different times. My kids are going to be exactly who I am. My kids are going to do exactly what I do. Because this is the model that they got. This is what they see every single day. So as a dad, to all of y'all, man, like, just make sure before you come in the house, you know that we'll put it in sports terms. You went through plenty of tryouts. You know what I'm saying? You done made plenty of teams. That first impression is everything. Every day that you come home to your family, it's a first impression on that single day. So you always got to make sure, man, that when you walk in, bro, you got to show up best. You got to show up first. And if
So
you
how about
can't,
this then? How about this then, Scott?
what's up?
Everybody that's on the panel today, all the fellas that's in the comment section is watching right now. We can all hold each other accountable and try to implement in our own houses. That we're just gonna use the term leave it at the door.
Love that.
We're gonna leave it at the door.
I'm with that.
Leave it at the door. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that.
No matter what the fuck happened, for me, for work, for y'all spouses,
Yeah.
who work at a job or own their business or whatever it is they do, or your kids that had a bad day or a bad game, whatever the case, all us, we're gonna leave it at the door. And whatever the fuck happened out there, we're leaving it at the door.
Hey, can I add one more piece of that?
So
Go ahead.
I love leave it at the door, but the other side of that is if you need help, ask for it.
Facts.
That's a fact. That's what we got to do.
You don't have to carry everything.
But
Yeah,
you
you don't have to carry
but
everything.
if you need help, ask for it before you walk in and leave it at the door. Leave your problems at the door.
That's
Leave your
it.
problems at the door. Don't leave your questions at the door. Leave your problems at the door.
That's real.
Any negative energy you're not bringing in the house. And ladies that's watching, y'all do the same shit. Y'all don't get no pass because y'all bring bad energy in the house too from work. We know exactly what kind of day you had when you walk in too. So y'all gotta leave it at the door too.
To the other point of that, like I said, I agree with it to a standpoint. Because if we leave everything at the door, how can we teach our kids how to handle situations like that? If
Through
they don't
table talk.
see their parents
Table talk.
But what pillow talk? What table talk? If you leave it at the door, there's no talking about it. They don't see.
I think you leave your frustration. I think you leave your frustration at the door.
So look, this is the thing though, and this is the thing though, Donnie, and this is what we do, and we haven't been consistent with it for sure, and this for everybody watching, and plus y'all on the panel or whatever, anybody that's listening. We were doing a thing every weekend that we just call table talk. My whole family, we sit at the table, and everybody coming, you know what I'm saying, everybody come in the kitchen. We sit down like, all right, y'all ready for table talk? Boom, we come in and let everybody go one by one. The kids start with the youngest. We start with Jalea. She talk forever, but start with her. Like, tell us what's going on. How's school? How's, you know what I'm saying? How's your friendships? The older kids, obviously, your relationships. How's sports? You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like let them unload on what's going on. Are you having a tough time with your peers? Like, are you having a tough time with your grades? Like, what's going on? We do that. So to kind of go off what you said, Donnie, like, I wanted y'all to leave your frustrations at the door. Like, don't carry whatever made you upset at work into the house, or whatever made the kids upset at the game. But we're gonna talk about what happened today. So then that'll be your time to kind of unload and let us know like what happened. So then now we can have them conversations and talk about whatever the issues were. Because for me personally, I used to bring bad shit in. And I used to bring bad shit in from games and shit. Like when I was a kid, nigga, if I had a bad game, nigga, everybody in this house about to feel it when I get home. You're gonna feel it on my energy, you're gonna feel it on my expression, you're gonna feel it on my words, you're gonna feel it everywhere possible. And even now, I could have had a bad day at work or whatever. And then I come in, I'm already aggravated, bro. And then it's like, no, I didn't come in with bad energy per se, but it didn't take but the smallest thing to trigger me, like take me right back where the fuck I just came from. Even though I just drove this whole way home listening to R&B trying to get my shit right before I got here. Like so I mean, I'm just saying as a whole, I think that we all need to leave the bullshit at the door. And then we come in and we talk about it. And like I said, like Scotty said, if you need help, ask for it. And that's me. Like, yeah, Scotty will tell y'all straight up. When I first had some big shit going on with me, I had come like, hey, bro, look, goddamn out. This shit about to hit the fan. And I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do when it do hit the fan. And shit, I hollered at him, talked to him, like everything that I had going on, everything that I got going on, Scotty knew all that shit before the fan even hit that motherfucker, because I already talked to him. Like, look, bro, like shit, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do when this jump off. Like, and I had that conversation with him, you know what I'm saying? Like before. And even like with Eddie, I had them conversations with him. I had them conversations with Scott, Eddie, Lance. I done had them talks. Because I don't mind having them conversations with somebody that's within, you know what I'm saying, within the parameters. Like, no, I ain't gonna go make no Facebook post. No, you're not gonna be able to go look at no posts or nothing and know about my life on there. I post stuff on there for entertainment purposes, for monetizing purposes, to get people engaged purposes. Like, but I never get super personal on social media. We're gonna troll and we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, talk shit or whatever, but you're never gonna be able to look and see anything that I really, really got going on via social media. So I don't mind having them conversations, and I encourage y'all to do the same thing. Like, you find somebody that you don't mind having a conversation with, bro, just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can talk to whoever about whatever, but you just make sure you find the person that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, that person that makes you most comfortable to speak to. And I think that everybody should do it. Which kind of goes right into the next thing. Like, want to ask everybody who on the panel and anybody that's in the comments, if you have anything, like, you can just answer, like, how is the state of you guys' mental health? Like, are you in a good place? You know what I'm saying? Are you borderline? Or you in a space now where you really trying to get back to being you, because you got a lot of shit going on? Like, you could have really had some shit going for real, like, because you never really know what somebody going through until they crash out for real, because a lot of people don't have them conversations like what Scotty was talking about. So, like, I'll start with you, Donnie. Like, how's the state of your mental health? Are you good? Like, are you trying to work on some things? Like, what's going on?
I mean, my mental health it's up and down, to be honest with you. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on. Some days is good, but like I say, I'm not a very talkative person. I don't communicate is not my strong point when it comes down to things. Like I said, that's why it's something that has to be worked on. Like, I hold stuff in for years and don't talk it over with nobody. Just because I don't know, I might not know how to start a conversation with it. I know I got people I can talk to, but the thing is, do I want to talk to? Am I ready to have them kind of conversations? If I had that conversation, how I'm going to feel after that conversation. It's just stuff like that. So, like, my mental health, it's so-so, to be honest with you. That was one of the main things why I played football for so long, because that They helped me relieve some of that. They helped me
Well,
get some of
shit,
that off my chest.
man.
Trips.
I think you should ease into
So
those conversations, bro. Straight up. Like, I ain't saying just go ahead and unload on somebody, but you should just start trying to like slowly ease into them conversations and see how they make you feel. Do it make you feel in a sense of relief after like kind of like getting something off your chest? Or if it doesn't do that for you, then you need to find another way to communicate, whether it's through writing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you decide you need to do. But I think that we kind of passed the old school state of it that we were taught, you know what I'm saying? You older than me. So like the old school way of just kind of like dealing with shit or just kind of like pushing it to the side. That ain't really the way no more. So, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta find a different way to do it now. Jarvis, if you still here, Jarvis, what about you, man? What's the state of your mental health right now, man? You good? Like what you got going on? See, he on mute. And if he don't say nothing, then we just move on to you.
I really feel like I can answer for him. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
it can't be that
bro.
good with. All right, I'm gonna chill, bro.
Chill, bro.
I know he had to play Salisbury not too long ago, so you know my mental health would be a little bad right now too.
Man,
you know, story for another day though.
Man, all right, Eddie, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Eddie.
Hey, first of all, Ant, man, I appreciate you for saying that, bro. Like, it's very important that we, like B4 said, find people that we can talk to. If it ain't nothing but just messaging your boys and let them know how you feeling, bro. Like, get it out. Don't keep stuff bottled in, man. But as far as my mental health, man, you know, God is very important to me, so I keep him first, and you know, I go to him with a lot. To be honest with you, I feel like can't nobody really help you through mental, you know, stress or anxiety better than he can. But I also, you know, my wife helps me a lot, believe it or not. And then I know some guys don't admit that their spouses help them with mental health issues, but mine does because she gives me a perspective from a woman's standpoint. Number one, that's my spouse. That's who I spend a lot of time with. But more importantly, I live life, you know, that's why I name my podcast The Golden Rule. Like I treat people how I want to be treated. And I always try my best, even when I'm, you know, going through something emotionally. You know, I always try to put myself in other people's shoes. You know, how would they feel if you know, how would I feel if they treated me that way, or vice versa, man? How do they feel that I'm treating them this way? And I try to always look at it from their perspective. You know, whether it's like I say, my kids, my wife, or even at work. You know, calm down. I treat you know, at work, man, I deal with things in that manner as well. So I try to keep it consistent across the board, man. But you know, mentally, you know, you have your days, man. You go up and down. You know, you go up and down, man. Anybody who tell you they on a scale of 1 to 10, they're 10, they lie. You know, I'm probably at about a 5 or 6. I'm at a 5 or 6 daily. You know, some days I'm at a 7, some days I'm at a 4, some days I'm at a 6, some days I'm at a 9. You know, but I think the consistent thing I do is pray. And when I'm going through a situation, you know, he helped me get through it. And if I'm going through something and I need to talk to somebody, I'll call or text the wife, hey, I'm going through this. This happened. You know, here's what I'm gonna do to take care of it, and she helps me out a lot through that, man. So, you know, mentally, man,
up, man.
I'm about as good as God.
Shout out to Miss Shaw, man.
For sure.
Shout out to Miss Shaw, for sure, bro. That's what's
life
up.
changing. Life changing.
So Scott, man, what's up?
Man, total transparency. I couldn't even put a number on it if we're basing it on a day. I went through something a couple weeks back where I totally had one of those moments that I couldn't recognize myself. I'll go there. I'm learning now how important it is for me to be intentional about fighting some of those demons that I've had, right? some of the things that I've seen and went through personally, I kind of did, Ralph brought it up earlier. I would do anything but deal with the problem. Right. I go and I'm doing semi-pro because that's the only thing that makes me feel good about myself. I got in the habit of it was motorcycles at one point, right? It's video games. It's so many of these different things that, those are the only things that make us feel good as men. Until you are intentional about dealing with your problems. I started to, I'm like before, like I got a really small circle. It took me kind of shrinking down my circle for me to really focus on the things that I needed to focus on to be the best dad, best friend, best husband, best all of those things. So that was the first thing. I had to eliminate some opportunity for me to have some mental health challenges. Once I did that, then it became, I had to change the way that I thought that, it's always got to be you versus the problem. It's you versus the problem. With your spouses, your family versus the problem. So as I get older and things happen every single day, something's going to happen that's going to piss you off.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that problem is solitary. It's something that is not influenced by any of those loved ones you got around you. So if I can always make that separation between the problem and my circle, and I never get those mixed up, and I take those problems one at a time. Like I don't treat any problem the same. If I go outside, somebody broke into my car, right? I'm gonna give y'all something I know y'all can relate to. I go outside, see the car, I'm flipping. My wife come downstairs. What's going on? Man, you fuck. Right? I'm gonna do that. I'm lashing out on her. Something she ain't deserved. She came down trying to check to see what's going on. Right? So when I meet those situations, I stop, I take a deep breath, and I count to 5. I know it sounds elementary. I'm telling you, this is what I've learned to do, and I've seen success. I count to 5, and I make sure that I identify the problem first, and I separate it from anybody that would otherwise be coming to help me. So that's what I learned from my mental health not being at its best a couple weeks back. And since I've kind of worked to implement that, and it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But I am learning that if I can just do that one thing, it's going to progressively get better. And I want to go back to what you said, like, anybody tell you they're a 10, they lying. Well, you may not ever get the 10, but every day the goal should be to get the 10.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I don't got it, I got to make sure that every opportunity that I get, I'm trying to work towards that 10. Because if I stay at 3, it's going to always be a 3. But if I'm at 3 and I'm working towards a 10, I'm going to be better off from where I started. So that's all I got.
Hey, Jarvis, you back yet? Probably not. So I'll go ahead and go. So I think that the status of my mental health right now, I'm like, I guess I'm kind of up and down too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but mine is kind of based on, I don't know why, but mine kind of based on like, not the day. It's like more like the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be like, it could start out a good day. It could graduate to not a good day. You know what I'm saying? And then come back again. So it's like, I don't know, bro. And that's probably like the hardest thing. Cause I know you saying identify. That sound easy. But I'm pretty sure me and probably plenty other people in here that's unable to identify what the problem is. You might be having like, I'm talking about you could be livid for real. And it's like, is it this particular thing that's what caused you to be in this space that you in? Or is it something else, bro? And it's just, you already was at the edge. And it just kind of like pushed you there or triggered you, or what's the real problem? So identifying the problem is really a difficult thing, man. And I think that's the hardest part. Being able to identify it, man, that's a real skill.
Yeah.
Then
100%.
I read one of the comments when he said that, you know, everyone has their own coping mechanism. Doesn't matter what it looks like to others. And I agree with that. And I know, Scott, you said before, you know, you used motorcycles at one point to help you, use gaming as at one point, use football at one point. Like, I think that all of those things are good coping mechanisms, but based on the way that you worded it, was like you were just using different things to try to find what your coping mechanism was. I'm not in the position where I'm searching for a coping mechanism. I know what mine is. You know what I'm saying? Now, where the problem comes in is, as men, as fathers, as, you know, wearing these different hats, you already got, you know what I'm saying, you got to lead. You got to, you know what I'm saying, make the space safe for the people around you. You got to be a good parent. You got to be a good coworker. You got to have a natural ability like Donnie to just know how to lead and provide. You got to do all those things. And then you got to still balance and find the time to use your coping mechanism to get you back level so you can be ready to do it again tomorrow, and so on and so on and so on, right? So I know what my coping mechanism is. So when somebody alters that, some of y'all might can you know what I'm saying? Some men, I know a lot of men that can, like, a lot of men can be altered and still perform at you know what I'm saying, at their best, even when they've been altered, even when they didn't get their opportunity to have their moment, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote. Some men can still pivot and do that. And I know Eddie for sure is one that can. I done seen him do it. Like, he could put whatever he needed to get him back, you know what I'm saying, back his mental back level. He can put that on the back burner and go and go and go and go and go and get back to him later and still operate it, you know what I'm saying, at a high level.
I made it back in time.
I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not me.
Yeah.
Well, but I understand that. I understand that about me though. Like, I don't have it. It won't take me days to get back right. It won't take hours and hours to get back right. But whenever my moment is altered, I can't perform. I can't be the best version of myself if I haven't reset my mental. That's me though. And I gotta have that. If I don't have that, I'm never gonna be straight until I get there. And that's just me though. And that's not me. Like, it's not like making no excuses. Like you said, Scotty, this is full transparency.
That's real.
Full transparency. I gotta have my moment to get back. Now you give me my moment, or you gonna get the best motherfucking, you gonna get the best forward ever, nigga. If I get that moment, if I don't get it, bro, I'm gonna be some shit trash.
Well, let's understand the purpose of a coping mechanism, because I think this is where we get this wrong. We go through something, we're supposed to use a coping mechanism to bring us back down so that we can communicate and deal with what the problem is. If we go to a coping mechanism, it gets us where we need to be, yet we don't address the problem. All that means is we putting bad energy in the bank. And then the next time when something comes up, not only are we going to be carrying negativity from this new situation, that old shit is going to come up too. So make sure if you use it.
That goes back to it though, Scott. Bro, everybody doesn't have a natural ability to identify what the problem is, bro. Think about it, bro. Think about it. Think about it, though, Scott. Look, think about it.
No, I love that you saying that, because the honest to God truth is, I've always been that guy. Like, I didn't know how to identify what my problems was, because if I was good at it, the problems wouldn't have been there. So if anybody was good at
it, then we wouldn't even have crash.
So this is what I'm saying. The only way that I have been able to get to that point is through therapy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That it's no secret to it. And you know, I won't ask y'all to put y'all business out here, but I am very interested to know, like, how many of y'all, if you're willing to answer, have actually been through taking the time to get a therapist? Because we can, you know. Okay, so what was your experience with therapy? You feel like it was beneficial? You feel like it was a waste of time?
Okay, so being completely transparent. I think that it would have been beneficial probably at this stage in my life, but at the time that I went, during the time that I went to counseling, it was like, honestly, bro, like I felt like I couldn't even like openly express how I felt because I felt like I was being like attacked during my session because it wasn't like a one person session.
Oh, you did like I got you.
So I felt like I was getting attacked, bro. Like, so it got to a point where, and let me just be clear, this is absolutely no knock to, you know what I'm saying, to who I went with, or none of that. That's not what I'm doing here. But I felt like opening up 1,000% is gonna be like an argument later, if that makes sense. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like with therapy, it should really just be everybody just kind of unload, but then when that door shut, we're leaving it at the door. Like that's it. It's that what happened in the therapy as far as the conversation portion of it. I think that it should be dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? When the session is over, I feel like that should be it. But she didn't like attack me like when we left. But I'm an energy person, so I kind of felt like the energy kind of was unbalanced after the session. So, and then like it even got to one point, y'all. Like at one point we was having a conversation, like group convo, the therapist, and Scott, Eddie, y'all know me a little bit better than Jarvis. Like she was going. I was like, yo, nah. I just ain't saying nothing. She was like, bring you something to say. I'm like, bro, fuck no. Like, I ain't talking to your ass no more. Like, I was out now.
Just like that.
Bro, I was there. Like, bro, I'm done, bro. I ain't talking to your ass, man. Fuck out of here. Like, that was my last time going. Like, I ain't go no more. Like
so
I goddamn get attacked. So that's why
I think the misconception though sometimes with the only time we go to therapy is when we're going to couples therapy. That's the only time we're going. So I would say to you before, maybe couples therapy wasn't gonna be the most beneficial situation for you because I think it would have been more beneficial for you to go and see a therapist as an individual first.
I agree. Let me tell you why I agree with you though. Yeah. This is why I agree with you. Because I think that whatever emotional block or whatever emotional problem that I got kind of like built up back there somewhere ain't had nothing to do with my spouse. That's some shit that had needed to be uncovered and handled way before this.
Yeah. So, and you're aware of that though. That's it though. Everything that you just said was like
the couples therapy I didn't need to go to therapy for my spouse. I need to go to therapy for my goddamn self.
For yourself.
Somebody said something at the bottom.
You really need to go to therapy for both.
Yeah, because
that's the thing though.
You gotta fix yourself in order to fix the relationship though.
I feel like, but see, that's the thing though. Like we were in the process of getting married. Like I think that any trauma that she got, shit. The way I've been acting, it probably was for me for real, because of the shit I got carrying around. Like
premarital counseling, though, is totally different. Here's what premarital counseling is for.
Way different.
A lot of times, bro, you're not even seeing a licensed therapist. You're seeing a pastor. You're seeing somebody affiliated with the church.
We're seeing that too. That was worse. That was worse.
We did. Me and my wife did both. We did both.
Right.
Hey, look.
Right.
We did the therapy, and then we went to the pastor.
So, but again, it's like if I'm already damaged, right? If I already got my own things going on that I've identified before, that you said that I need to work on for me, then to bring that into a dynamic with a therapist where we're talking all relationships and being one, I haven't figured out what I have to bring into this. I have questions about that need to be addressed prior to, you know what I mean, me going in for this purpose.
The biggest thing is, how can you be that good? How can you be this person for somebody else and you can't even be this person for yourself yet? But what you about to say, Jarvis?
Nah, but for me, I was gonna say like when I did like my therapy, because I did solo therapy, and it was I was about what 20 years old at the time. I had just lost my best friend, and so I was down and out. And I'm just be honest, it was somebody that I had grew up with. Like I said, with me having a disability, I was in and out the hospital as a child, and Scott know the same brother was in and out the hospital with me, you know what I'm saying, fighting his cancer battle. So when he passed, it kind of just took my life on a whirlwind, and I hated everybody. Like I could not, like I couldn't find a way to love somebody. And so I went to therapy, and to be honest, like it wasn't the worst, but I will say that everything that I learned in therapy or was taught in therapy was nothing different than what my mom, my dad, my sister, I mean, they're preachers. So most of the time they preached a lot of this stuff to me, but they taught me the Bible way. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the educated, like you said earlier, the EQ way, to where I understand my own emotions, not just go to the Bible, pray, and do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand my emotions. I can control my emotions, and then I can still, put my religion into, my practices that way.
Absolutely.
And
I
then
want to get back to you. I want to ask you a question about that too that you just said. But first,
yeah,
Scott, I want you to answer that, dude. Benny, he said, "What if you recognize it and still have to carry on business as usual?" Like as far as like he asked that when you said something about identifying. So, in your opinion, or any one of y'all's opinion, how you feel about that? Like, what if you
I
recognize what your problem is, but you still got to carry on every day
right.
because we're in the position we're in. Sometimes we gotta push it to the side. Like, how you carry on?
I think you lead with
You should
transparency.
push to the
I
side.
think well,
You still
if
have
it's a
that
problem,
connect.
there's no such thing as putting it to the side. Like if it's on you, it's on you. I think you have to start by being transparent with the ones who have the opportunity to be impacted by what you're carrying. I got to make sure I go to them first and say, "Hey, I'm gonna just be totally honest. Like I'm in a bad way right now, and I need y'all. Y'all didn't do anything to create this situation for me. It has nothing to do with y'all. It's just this is what I need right now." And when you start the conversation with this is what I need so that I can show it best for y'all, the ones around you, they'll respond because they know if the shoe is on the other foot, you do the same. But as a man, the real question is, can you be vulnerable enough to express that to the people who have the opportunity to bring you out of whatever you in? I stopped trying to save the world. I stopped trying to be everything and do everything for everybody. Because at the end of the day, when the lights are off, right, I got to deal with me. And I had to learn how to be comfortable taking up space, right? I got to go to my wife and say, "Hey, I know you had a lot going on. Can I get 30 minutes where I can just let you know what's going through my mind? And maybe you can give me something that's going to help me work through it." But if I don't ask, if I don't open my mouth to say what I have going on, I can't expect them to change it. And if I can't expect them to be a part of my process of changing, I also can't hold them responsible when things don't go the way that I need them to, because I haven't brought them in on that. So that I know it's a long answer, drop top, but
Nah,
you got to start by being
that was
vulnerable,
good
bro.
though. That was good.
Nah,
And
y'all.
then he asked my fault, Eddie. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. You good.
He asked me. He said, "Did you both attend the same church? If not, who was the pastor? Who pastor was it? At that time, well, I never really quote unquote went to church. So like the only pastor that I can say is that I would consider my pastor now is Bradley Taylor at this point. Prior to this, no, I never had no pastor. So like, I couldn't call anybody my pastor because I ain't go to church zero at all. Now I don't go much, but when I do go, I go to the Reach and Bradley Taylor pastor there. So to answer your question, at that time, no, we did not both go to the same church. Neither one of us really went to church. And then who pastor it was, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I don't know who pastor it was, bro. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I don't know, and I know.
Well, we know it won't yours if you don't know who he was.
I don't know
We
who.
know
I
for
don't know who pastor he
he said
was.
he don't even know.
I don't know
Yeah.
who pastor he was. I don't know what church he was a preacher. I don't know. Which brings me to my next point. That's why I only went one time. Like, yeah, that shit dub. But but yeah, damn, I forgot what you said, Jarvis. I want to ask you a question about that shit. But yeah, bro, like shit, man. That's pretty much where if we talking like mental health, like for me, like shit, bro, like you gotta identify, bro. And I even knowing that, like, okay, maybe at one point it was like maybe it's the parents type situation. So I put together a meeting with both parents, like, look,
Wow.
boom. So met up. My aunt put it together. We met up. I met them in like a public spot. First, we ate. Then after that, we went to like, you know what I'm saying, to a park. Niggas had a conversation. Tell them like, yo, I kind of like let them know like all the shit, like, bro, I had to do all, y'all left me out here to do all this by myself, bro. No help. Y'all left me out here on my own, bro. I had to figure out girls. I had to figure out prom. I had to figure out sports, nigga. I had to have bad games and go home and talk to air, nigga, like all that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all left me to figure out everything on my own. All the L's I took, it could have been prevented because I know at least one of them L's y'all done took, you could have saved me the L. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had that conversation with them because I felt like shit, maybe that's where my issue was. But from like an emotional standpoint, like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like even that conversation, bro, can't really be undone because like Scott, I know you was with your moms at least, you know what I'm saying? So like at least the emotional side of it, you at least experienced that. You know what I'm saying? And not
Nah.
He said just take him in the house.
Nah.
I ain't look, I know your mama's hardcore, bro. But
Oh yeah. Well, this is
I'm just saying, but you were like not completely like, cause my mom not emotional at all, bro. Except when she be like on some bullshit. But like I'm saying, like on some like some caring, like, oh, like that ain't my mama, bro. So I'm saying to not receive that, like every man needs their dad, but I feel like for the emotional side of it, bro, they need their moms. Like for the loving aspect of it. But if you ain't get that, so I'm saying like now you trying to learn that so you can give that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, you gonna be, your kids are gonna be how you are. So you kind of like are who raised you in a sense, or you are how you were raised in a sense until you're old enough to start like responsibly making those changes on your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like if you grew up in a situation that wasn't like super loving and caring, then you by nature you're not gonna have that.
yeah.
So I feel like that side of it, from an emotional standpoint, that's the part that I lacked.
Let me give you a crazy paradigm. I'm gonna give you a crazy paradigm. So, when I recognize that my own shortcomings as a father, right? Like when I realize, man, I'm not showing up really the way that I want to for my kids, and I'm starting to see.
Give an example.
So, really, when it hit me, I'm one of them old school dads, right? So if I'm sitting down and I'm trying to help my kids with their homework, and I done explained this shit like 10, 15 times, and now I feel like you're trying to play me, right? Like I done told you how to do this, like you're not even paying attention to me, right? I'm sitting at a table with my son, and I'm doing this. I'm firing his ass up. So the next day, right? Go to school, bombs the test. I mean, he terrible. Get home, I'm on 10. I'm fire his ass up when they get it because we spent 2 hours working on this. And I said, hey man, like, what you got going on? You know what this dude told me? Talking about something knocking on your ass. He said, I couldn't remember what you said because you were mad at me. I said, huh? Oh, you making excuses. I did all of that. Like, I wasn't letting up. What I realized was, yeah, imagine that shit. What I realized was I was showing up for my kids that way because I really hadn't learned how to forgive my own pops for not being there. And I know how crazy it sounds. I'm gonna put it together.
Nah, it don't sound crazy at all.
I know, but I'm gonna make it real deep though, because this is what my therapist told me. He said, name a day that you're perfect for your kids, and that's the day that you can continue to blame your parents for their shortcomings. He said, just name one day. Bro, I sat there. I'm like, nah, I'm proving this motherfucker wrong. I'm gonna find a day that I was perfect for my kids. Couldn't think of one. Even on our best days, I had made a mistake as a parent. I had to learn to understand that I'm never going to be perfect. And the longer that I expect my parents, who truth be told, they didn't have anybody to teach them either. Now we start talking about generational behaviors. I'm expecting them to know how to handle me. And I can't be there for my kids. So if I can't hold myself to that standard, to some extent, I got to learn how to let this go too.
I mean, but just speaking on it from like a parental standpoint, what about in life, bro? Because I mean, and from a parent standpoint, I'm on number 4 at this point. So like, I done done enough trial and error. Like, I don't tell other people how to raise their kids or like what to do with their kids. But like, I done enough trial and error, and anybody to see my kids out in the community or out anywhere, like, bro, you can tell, bro. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they ain't even on no bragging shit. That just means you keeping it 100. Like, bro, I know what I'm doing. Like, as far as like raising the kids, I don't have a shortcoming in that area. My question to you or to any of y'all is, like, you talking about you had a hard time forgiving your pops. How did that affect your real life? I ain't talking about as a parent. I'm talking about in real life. Like, how did that affect you in real life? You feel me?
It put me in situations where I was searching for something that I didn't even know I was looking for. That was showing up in my relationships. It still shows up to this day with my wife. Like, I wanted to be loved and get that love from my parents that I never got. So now if my wife at any moment, if I don't feel appreciated, right now I'm spazzing out. Because I know that's all I've ever wanted. And because I didn't get it, I'm trying to hold her to the standard to replace what I never got. So that's how it shows up, right? But it's the big thing, man, is like, you just got to be aware of it. And once you figure out what it is, even if you can't do it on your own, but take the time to get help, because whether or not you realize it, it's gonna show up in every part of your life. Even at the job. Any man come and try and tell me what to do, what's the first thing we say? Man, you ain't my fucking daddy. Well, it's a meaning behind that, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That used to be that used to be the thing. Bro.
I mean, that's
but we would say it,
thing,
and wouldn't even understand why we were saying it.
As a coach, I still hear that to this day. Like, like you not my dad. You did, like, I can do that at home. Like,
those are hurt kids, what?
Yeah, and that's what you start to understand, and that's why, like, I've started to do some of the things that I've done in the community. You know what I'm saying? Because I realize that a lot of the youth just don't know any better. They've never been taught. They don't know to hold the door for a female. Like, they don't know simple stuff like that. So how can you expect anything else from them? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know how to respect their own mother. So how can they respect a woman? You know what I'm saying? They can't respect. They don't respect their father. They don't respect their father. We can't
say they don't know.
But I
some
mean,
of these
some
kids
of them don't,
bro. Because ain't nobody
some
taught
of
them.
them honestly do not.
Yeah, some of them. But that's how I go to every time we see a child. Oh, they don't know. They haven't been taught, which is not always the correct answer, because some of these kids have been taught. Some of these kids do know. They choose not to because of the society we're living in. They choose not to because of these rappers. They choose not to because of their friends. It's not they don't know,
and that's
they
true.
don't want to.
That's true to an extent, but one thing I've also learned is that just because you've taught them doesn't mean that they heard it. You know what I'm saying? Or because you said it to them doesn't mean that they caught it.
They heard you don't mean they listening, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't catch on the way that you taught them, because I've seen it in
but can't say they don't
plenty
know
of times
because
where
they know.
I'll say something to my child and he'll be like, okay, but then my wife or my dad may say something to him, and then he catches on to it, and he just caught it in a different light. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not always the message; it's the messenger. And
Facts.
I've had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? And in all of my endeavors, even coaching basketball, like people have to understand that. Yes, I want to be a head coach one day, and I would love to do so. But right now, that's not my calling. That's not what I'm there for. The kids see me as a player personnel guy. So when I'm teaching them and I'm telling them the same thing that the head coach is telling them, they do it and they listen. And everybody like, well, they listen to you, this and that. I didn't say nothing different than
It's
what
your
the head coach
delivery,
said.
bro. Your delivery.
Right. So
Totally
and
different.
so that's how it is in life, in my opinion. Sometimes with these kids, it's just that they don't want to hear it from you. They want to hear it from other people.
Somebody else.
Sometimes the right person.
Yeah.
Hey, and
Somebody.
this is a whole nother dynamic that really doesn't get talked about a lot. I spent the majority of my time in law enforcement as an SRO, so I'm talking about every day I'm in the schools and I'm dealing with damn near grown ass kids, right? So one of the first things I learned was first thing I got to do is let this kid know that I'm on his side. I got your back. Because me coming up to you and me trying to tell you, hey man, why you ain't hold the door? Why you ain't say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am? If I lead with that, they get that every day. Somebody telling them what they doing wrong. They hear that every day of their life. So instead of having that approach and kind of perpetuating that saying, oh, you ain't shit, you ain't nothing, you are the sum of your mistakes. Just try it different, right? Just go to them and say, hey man, look, I see it, man. I see you got goodness in you. I see, speak life over them versus just always pointing out what they doing wrong, because that shit ain't gonna never work.
And I
Right.
think Eddie might have said this though. They've learned to tune that out. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even hear it half the time anymore because everybody says it. Like everybody's
That's all
telling
they
them
hear.
on how wrong they are. So I tune it out now. Like I know I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Scotty, me and you have had this conversation before about
Mhm.
a lot of the kids in our community because that's who they are. That's who they become. Whereas 5th, 6th grade, these kids were yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, straight A students, and then now these same exact kids, you can't even catch them in a classroom. You like so
Right.
it's just like you said, man. Sometimes it just got to be the delivery of it, and not attacking the kid, but speaking life into them, and giving them positive things to look at because especially in a small city like ours, there isn't a lot of shit to look forward to.
That's a
Like,
fact.
so,
And I want to add this little piece. Always ask why, because you can never assume that one kid is being this way because the last kid was doing the same thing. Like, if you just take the time to ask why, eventually that kid will tell you the answer to the question that you got in your head. Why ain't this kid being respectful? Just ask why. Because I ain't going to say, oh, you act like that because you from, this is what I used to hear. You act like that because you from Zion Hills. Fuck my address got to do with, you know what I mean? Like that has nothing to do
simple
with nothing.
courtesy and respect.
But I'm telling you, that's all we heard in Knox. Oh, you act like that because you from Zion Hills. Nah, I'm acting like this because I'm hungry as hell. I ain't ate shit. We don't have food at, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I just, that's my rule of thumb, bro. Just
Like,
if you see a kid
Eddie,
begging out the way, ask why.
Eddie, you want to touch on that real quick before we start to wrap it up?
Yeah, man. I think what I've learned as it relates to the kids is, like you said, that why does definitely go a long way. But also, man, these kids nowadays, if you're really not appealing to what benefits them in anything, I'm just speaking as from a standpoint of teaching my son how to respect, his not how to respect women, how to respect his mother, and how that translates to people outside the household. Man, if your son don't respect your mama or his mama, his own, if you have a son that doesn't respect his own mama or learns how to manipulate his own auntie or his grandma, Boy, these women out here in trouble.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So what I try to do with my son is, I tell him, hey man, you're gonna respect, number one, your mother. Here's why you're gonna respect your mama. Because if you respect her, and first of all, I asked him, I know you don't know who you even are yet, but what do you aspire to do with yourself?
That's
I want to
big.
be my son want to be a paleontologist. That's what he want to be. I want to be a paleontologist, man, and I want my kids to, have a certain life. Well, if you're trying to have kids, then that means you got to meet a woman first to have kids, right? And this is a conversation. He's 12, about to be 13 or so, right? I said, well, you're gonna have to court this woman, and you're gonna have to learn to respect this woman. If you don't respect your own mom or your grandmother or your sisters or your cousins, and you learn how to manipulate and lie to them, boy, you ain't got no chance out here to meeting a quality woman. So that's how, you see what I'm saying? So that's how I make it relate to him and benefit him. And once he sees that, number one, like Scotty say, I'm on your side, I'm not going to tell you something that's going to put you in a bad position. I only want what's best, because really and truly, guys, as men, the only people in life you want to be better than you is your kids.
Fact.
That's it. Like them, the only people that I can say as a man that I want to be better than me. Anybody else, hey man, but my kids, they got to be better than me, and I can't fail at that. So that's how, that's how I make it, as long as my kids see the benefit and they understand the why I'm disciplining them, or why I'm about to crash out on them or some sort like that. Long as he understands, like when I discipline my sons, I sit them down. Hey, look, CJ, man, this finna happen because, and this is how we can prevent this from happening moving forward. Like long as I feel like long as you do that, man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is good for me, bro. Cause nigga, I ain't gonna lie. Once I get to the level of positivity, bro, the wire out the window, bro. I don't even talk about this shit.
Hey, bro, everybody like that, bro. It ain't, don't knock yourself, man. We all
you ain't alone.
Hey, so look,
but I'm being that's trial and error.
But like that's a good way to do this shit, though. To be honest, just kind of explaining the why, and now, cause just the other day, Jess was like, she said you need to start talking to your boys about these girls, basically like kind of like what you talking about, like teaching them how to, you know what I'm saying, how to be a gentleman and how to do like different shit as far as like for their girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like teaching them how to, like, I think Scotty's saying like something about opening doors and doing like all the small stuff that they see me do, but I haven't formally had a conversation about.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, boom.
You ain't explain why you doing it. They just
right. So she said something along the lines, which I get what she mean now, but like her delivery be trash like a lot of times. So like
I know she's gonna fire your ass up.
Look, man, we in the business of keeping it hot. So
that's real.
So she said, yeah, it's about time you need to start teaching your boy something. I said,
oh yeah.
I thought I was teaching him something. Like, shit, my bad. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I wasn't. You feel me? Like, but I wasn't being funny. Like, well, damn, maybe I thought I was doing some shit I ain't doing. Like, so I'm like, all right. But now I get what she's saying. Like, just from listening to y'all, like, damn, because I don't have them conversations, and I need to start having those conversations. I just more like teaching them by showing them.
Yep.
And it's actually having the conversation. Like, look, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? But one of my sons, two of them, the oldest, the one you had to get on, Scott, and the youngest, the only two to give her all this pushback, like, gotta say something all the time type shit. Like, but it's like, you kind of ride that line. Like, I tell my youngest, I had the same conversation with him, like, Eddie, what you saying, like, you have with yours. The oldest one, you know what I'm saying? He older. So, like, he just do a whole lot of yapping, a whole lot of pushback. He kind of like in that 18-year-old era. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, right now, he's smelling himself. So, he just got a whole lot of pushback. So, but nah, I said it to say this, like, a lot of shit y'all saying, a lot of shit that we've went over during this, all good information, definitely gonna be beneficial for me. I'm gonna leave from this with some good info, some good insight, like some good things to do. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all took something from what somebody else had to say, and you able to take that with you. And you know what I'm saying? Not only help your house, but maybe help a friend's house or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? So to wrap up, I do want to thank y'all for coming on here once again. Everybody who in the comments who participated, I definitely appreciate that. Again, man, this season 3. So anything that y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all want to go back and watch, that's cool. I'm on Apple Music, I'm on YouTube. I mean Apple Podcasts, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Satellite Radio, like, you know what I'm saying, you name any of those, I'm on there. So make sure y'all tap in, follow, like, share, comment. Even when it's over, y'all can still comment, whatever. But I do want to thank all y'all for coming on here. Scott, always come through in the clutch. Eddie, clutch. Jarvis finally done been clutch finally. Motherfucker ain't been clutch. Motherfucker ain't been clutch in 3 years.
Hey, I'm about to start sliding, bro. I enjoyed myself tonight, so I will be back.
Jarvis clutch today, bro. And even Donnie was clutch. You know what I'm saying? And he don't even like talking. You feel me? But he was clutch today. So,
yeah. This is the most I ever heard, bro, talk. I didn't know him.
I played on his team like 4 years, and he said like 3 words.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Hey, before, man, I want to take a moment of your podcast, man, to tell you, like, I'm proud of you, man. Like, this is season 3 of anything is a huge accomplishment, and I know how much you went back and forth, man, trying to make sure everything was perfect, and then you finally just said, man, you know what? Fuck it, it ain't got to be perfect. I'm gonna just do it, whether it's 2 people watching or 2 million. I'm gonna do it anyway, man. So I want to tell you, I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to be on here, man. And you know how I go, man. Anything that I can do to keep this going, I'm always a phone call away, bro. And appreciate y'all too, Jarvis and Eddie, for sharing the space too, man. Definitely appreciate y'all, and I learned a lot.
Hell yeah, I learned a whole lot.
Yeah,
I definitely.
I'm gonna say the same, man. First of all, B4 and I super appreciate you, bro. I'm ultra proud of you, bro. 3 seasons, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. But you impacted me, like I say, to start my own business and coming to this podcast field, man. So I definitely appreciate that. Jarvis, man, it was nice to meet you, bro.
Yes, sir. Definitely, bro.
Man, and you know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to share a podcast with you, bro. Scotty, boy, I ain't seen you in a minute. Last time I seen you, we was on that field together, man. But it's good to come in contact with you again, bro. And I like
always good, brother.
That I like the direction, that field of mental health that you're going into. I got a minor in psychology, so
sir.
I respect what you're doing, bro.
I appreciate that.
Best wishes to you and all your endeavors, man. For real.
Definitely appreciate that.
Hell yeah. But yeah, man.
I took a lot from this, man. Like I'm gonna say, as men, we definitely need to, number one, practice what we preach. And it's an everyday, it's a process, man. Like, it's a process, bro. So we just, as long as we get like a 0.5% better each day, man, that's all that really matters. And keep God first, prayer, and man, just try to be, the best man we possibly can be, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, man, I learned a whole lot from y'all, for real. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, just kind of seeing stuff from different perspectives. You know what I mean? Always being humble enough to understand that you don't know everything and you're willing to learn something else from somebody else. And that's kind of like where I'm at with it, bro. Like I'm willing to listen to other insights, learn what I can learn, pick up what I can pick up. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, yeah, everything y'all drop might not work for me, but at least it give me options to find something that might work. And then hopefully the same thing for y'all, you know what I'm saying, from me or from Jarvis or from Eddie or, you know what I'm saying, or from you, Scotty, whoever. You know what I mean? So definitely, Eddie, keep doing what you're doing with your podcast. Scotty, you need to go ahead and get back going with your shit.
Yeah, man. I'm going to get on it. I'm just enjoying watching y'all right now, bro.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, and one thing I can say,
Eddie, you definitely got to drop your link for me, bro, so I can tune in.
Oh, for sure, I got you. Absolutely,
yeah. But the biggest, I guess my message for everybody is, go back and listen to this. Look at the comments. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can learn a lot of stuff from this. it was a whole lot of jewels being dropped on the floor for this joint. So I think that y'all should go back and check that out. Not only that, just make sure you being respectful to others, and make sure you being mindful of the state that person could possibly be in, because you don't never know. That's the biggest thing, bro. Like, you never know what's going on. Because like you said, bro, like the lash outs and shit like that, bro, they don't come unwarranted, bro. It's not for no reason. Know what I mean? So when people have something going on, bro, like, chances are they have something going on, and I think the biggest thing is just being mindful of what they could be. And then before we get off here, one more thing, man, y'all, anybody who's interested in playing playing some professional football indoor, man, Donnie, man, he's with the Carolina Predators, man. I don't know if are you the owner, the head coach? Like, what's your exact role right now with the team?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I'm both. I'm a co-owner and a coach.
So look, if y'all want any information on playing pro ball indoor, you know what I'm saying? I played on Donnie team, man. Definitely a great experience. So if anybody interested, you know anybody interested in playing football, man, you can reach out to him. You can reach out to him, his personal page, or you can reach out to the Carolina Predators. You got Carolina Predators Facebook page. You just reach out to him, man, and he'll be glad to give you at least an opportunity. He'll give you a look. After that, nigga, on your own. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Donnie, I was just telling him, man, I appreciate y'all coming out here, taking y'all time, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm gonna definitely get y'all some links or whatever in the group chat. You know what I'm saying, over the next couple days or so. Probably tonight for real. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming out here, man, and we'll definitely get up for sure.
That's a bet. Y'all go get some therapy. Go get therapy, man. That's the wave. Go get therapy.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Eddie, man, get on 2K, man. Get on 2K. Nah. All right, y'all. I'm gone, man.
All right,
before.
man. Y'all boys be safe, man.
All right, fellas.
Good.
Yes, sir.